Last time on Metanoia Blues. Having absconded with Khorvaire safe, Willow fled alongside Thorani assassin Gardenia in hopes of disarming the safe's deadly security glyph in a more covert location. Though Willow's invisibility had worn off, Gardenia didn't appear to make the connection between the shifter saboteur and Willow Jenkins, the traitor of the Wind Whisperers, giving N the time to reconvene with their partner in crime. Laying low on a distant sandbar, the three got to work. Gardenia suppressed the glyph long enough to swipe the safe's contents, allowing Anne and Willow the opportunity to sort through the documents and treasures. With a little smooth talking and the offer of Khorvaire's Lyrander intel to sweeten the deal, Anne persuaded Gardenia to leave the spy network contracts in Willow's hands, and not cause trouble for any of the people trapped under Khorvaire's thumb. The Thorani let the two walk away without incident, or so they thought. Upon reuniting with Varys and Luca on the ephemeral chaos, Anne detected Gardenia's presence still watching them. Though the crew attempted to stop her in fear of telling her employer too much, she slipped through the fingers. Just business, she told them, as any trace of her disappeared into the sea. With prying eyes shaken off, the crew met with Tarek Elham to finally close the book on Willow's risky gambit. Captain Frostroot's contract with Khorvaire and a map to Lazar's treasure in exchange for Meraldine retiring from paid treachery and investing in medical research instead. During this trade, Willow finally managed to express themselves to Tarek, leaving him with a handmade Siren songbird of his very own. Though Tarek was sent on his way, touched by the gesture, Willow was sent reeling below deck in agony of what was still left unsaid. We pick up aboard the ephemeral chaos, 11 at night. The floating market bustles with activity, and the longer the crew lingers, the more chances they have of their scent being followed. Whatever is left unfinished must remain so, for if they don't make a clean escape now, the crew won't just risk losing an opportunity.
Oof.
Great.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
If I may, since the last thing you mentioned was me reeling away from that situation. Last I recall from Willow, I believe they had run downstairs, grabbed a pillow, and locked themselves in the elemental room to scream into it.
Yeah.
And yell with Fish Dog about how pathetic they are at conversations, yes?
Something like that.
Yes. I do think, when we return to the elemental engine room, Willow's got that, slump of having yelled themselves hoarse. Even if they weren't yelling aloud, it's that kind of, I exerted so much energy, and now they just, plop back on the floor.
Yeah.
Looking at the ceiling, looking at the elemental crystal in their peripherals. It's just, whatever. And I think they're going to take off their glasses and just kind of plop them over, arms spread on the floor. And just look around with the glasses off. What's the condition? What am I seeing?
With your altered vision, that came from an accident long ago, because I don't think we've mentioned that this season yet. You can see shadows of the ethereal pressing in on your vision. The extended network of magic flowing through the elemental engine. The crystal at its heart. And spreading through the interior of your ship. Carefully, secretly inlaid into the walls. So that nobody who didn't very closely examine the ship from the outside would know. As far as you can tell, everything's in working order. Same as it was.
I do imagine, because, they've had such a day of intense focus and also a lot of magic that their vision is sort of blurrier than usual at the end of the
Yeah.
day. So like the light around the room is sort of diffused like mist almost. And
Soft,
they're still
dappled.
I do think eventually they will kind of just close their eyes and let that light sort of shine through their eyelids so it's not so intense or jarring, because they're still kind of sifting through all of the thoughts. Like, there's so much they wanted to say to Tarek they didn't get to say, but explaining what they want to say to him would mean explaining everything. Like, the whole, they avoided survivors from home for years, their complicated history with being educated in Tarek's hometown, the hometown itself, and like memories of everything that entails.
Yep.
And then like why they haven't been overly helpful lately, why they really struggle to talk to him. And I think specifically as well, that moment when Tarek like self-consciously touched at his eyes. I think Willow's sort of, that they like, while lying on the ground, I think their eyes sort of flicker open again and they begin to touch their own eyelid area and little marks going out from their eyelids, as if of their eyes, outwards from their eyes, as if they're like sort of tracing lines that you can't see. Ugh, horrible thought to come up right now, but I feel like, when Warfred asked, did you behold something that no mortal should have seen? And it's just, Tarek being here is another reminder of that too, like what Warfred dug out, which I believe was specifically memories of that particular injury, the eye injury.
Yeah.
Unpleasant.
Very.
And on top of that, Gardenia. The breach, the multiple breaches, and what's coming next. Well, God. Usually they'd think their way out of this, but there's so much to think about.
Yeah.
What do I need to roll to sort of get out of this? Either just because I think, ultimately Willow's like, well, we got to leave because of all of the aforementioned breaches. It's only a matter of time before they find out, whoever they is. Raga, Coulton, both. Colbicon too, I guess. Anybody else? What do I need to roll to put my thoughts in order so that I can stand up and leave?
Yeah, give me a... You know what? Give me an intelligence saving throw.
No, I don't have to do these often.
No. You're good.
Cool. Willow sits up abruptly.
I'm gonna say that this is specifically like... You're stressed. You're stressed. You know that, like, there's a lot of emotions to unpack. However, you also know that you do not have time to unpack those emotions just yet. And you'll be able to, like, fret and worry
on the
just
high
as well
seas.
as you're moving as you are staying still.
Excellent. Perfect. Yep. Door swung open. Willow's going to appear back on the top deck. Where is everyone, by the way? I recall Varys went outside to smoke his stress away. I don't know where Luca was. Don't know where Luca was.
Cleaning up tea.
Anne and Luca, where we last left them off, the camera last left them looking at Meraldine's payment for our job well done. So we were looking at the bar of Platinum. Yes, it was a platinum bar and the little thank you note. But we probably moved on from that by now. So I don't know what.
I think Varys has also moved on. I think he's like actually making ready and so on, like just sort of waiting in anticipation.
Just a quick little check on my crew. Nope, get that
That's a nat one.
No check
no
on my
time
crew.
for that.
No check.
Ready or not, here we go.
Yeah. Willow's thoughts are, I should check on my crew. Nah, and then just go.
I think Anne's still sat at the table, like probably playing with whatever his treasure is laid out. Maybe just turning the bar over in their hands when Willow comes up, and then they like perk and see Willow like march in, like, okay, puts the bar back. It's time to get to work, I guess. Yep. With the attitude Willow's walking in with.
Yep, 100%. I feel like Willow's like, I should check on my crew. Hold up, I'm not a captain. Whatever, we just get into it, and so like immediately starts. We'll probably say we best get moving.
Aye, aye. And I'll stand up and get to work with whatever they can do to help get us on our way.
Yeah, do what I'm told.
Yes. Okay.
Great at that.
Let's call this a group check.
Mm-hmm.
And I will let you guys choose what you want to roll individually, and we'll sort of tally up the scores.
Mm.
So it can be navigation check. So check with navigator's tools. Stealth check using the ship. Bribing people to say that like you didn't see them, or rather they didn't see you. Well, you like.
Well, I'm probably doing the bribing, I think, out of those
I'll
suggestions.
do the bribes.
Well, we got 2 more rolls.
Okay.
If I'm doing the bribing, you have to do something else, I think.
Luca, could you be like persuading bribes?
I'm not stealthy at all.
Well, I guess I'm not using the ship's stealth.
Oh,
like
true.
You'd be using
true.
the ship's stealth, which is different.
You would be using, I mean, your own stealth proficiency would play into this, or if you are proficient with water vehicles.
I am not proficient with water vehicles.
Yeah, otherwise it would be Varys doing the stealth check with the ship.
Yeah.
What could Luca do?
Look cute.
What can't Luca do?
A lot.
Sneak, apparently.
My stealth is 1, so like it's not awful, but it's not great.
Yeah. There are better people who could do this. What are your tool what are your proficiencies? Full stop.
Athletics, intimidation, persuasion, land vehicles, cards, and a herbalism kit. So
Okay.
I think Willow's the only one does Willow have navigation tools? Because I don't.
Nope.
Does Willow have water vehicles proficiency?
I do have water vehicles.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
The one with the boat? You'd hope so.
Does
You find out 100
have, like, navigation tools proficiency?
Yes.
I would think so.
Yeah, okay, so Varys
So can he use that?
Varys will be our
And
navigator.
Okay.
Rummy does the bribing. Who's Rummy? N does the bribing, and I guess I will
Do
steer
athletics. Yeah,
Yeah?
you can do
Oh,
athletics
yeah.
to like
Pull ropes and-
manage
Yeah.
the sails.
Yeah, he's a big beefy boy.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So we've all got our
What am I
rolls
rolling?
then.
Water
I
vehicle
believe
check?
you're rolling water vehicles with dexterity, please.
All right, should I roll persuasion in this?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Mm.
Could be worse.
What? Oh, okay,
24.
yeah. I was like, fuck, I rolled a 13. Then I remembered my modifier, and I was like,
That's why we're playing to our
Cool.
strengths.
yeah.
Okay. And I'll roll for Varys.
Come on, Varys. Did Sarah just say Varys? It's gonna get stuck in my
did.
head now.
Please don't
Crazy
call him
old
that.
Varys. That's a
Oh, I
Beauty
get
and the
it.
Beast reference for
It
children
is,
who
I
don't
hear
know.
it. I hear it.
Yeah.
It's above a 10.
Okay.
13.
All right, team average.
Okay. But the athletics and persuasion do help a lot.
Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
You move slowly, carefully, discreetly. And how much do you spend on bribes?
I'm pretty
Does
wealthy.
amount to influence? Like, can we just curious. If N paid like 700 gold, would that make us get away without a trace?
What's the...
Yeah,
I'm just curious. Like,
what's like a ballpark of like a good bribe?
10 gold and upwards, I would say.
Cool. Like in total or like per ship? Because then I'm going to need a number of people.
In total.
Total. How much math do I have to do? Okay.
If you give 10 people a gold piece, that's plenty good.
Yeah. I'll sweeten the deal. I'll make it 25.
My gosh.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you have like 2 gold, right? So that's a lot to you.
Excuse you, I got pockets full of treasure.
Yeah, we are very rich. I'm willing to.
At the moment.
That's Willow's like first released album, Pockets Full of Treasure.
I'm not feeling any better.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, you move on and leave the convocation.
Can we make checks to see if we are noticed by unwanting eyes? Is this...
Sure, make a perception check. Make perception checks.
Can I give people help?
I will have my spyglass.
Willow has help.
And I'll give you help. And
Okay.
Varys has a spyglass, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so 3 with with advantage. Oh.
Well, we did our best, Luca. Pack it in. That's a 5.
I don't have night vision. I can't do anything. Damn.
Holy moly.
There we go.
Well, you're
Thank
really
you, Varys, for
doing your
that
job.
24.
Yep.
I got 14.
And we got a 5.
It's definitely the case of if you hadn't made efforts to, 1, leave quickly, and 2, cover your tracks as soon as possible, things might be more difficult. But as it is, you are able to sail out. I would like to ask, how late are you guys willing to go?
Like
Sail
into the night.
Yes.
You say it was about 11 p.m.?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine...
How much do we... Sorry.
Oh, you first, Captain.
How much do we travel per hour? How far do we travel per hour?
Well, I can go look at the ephemeral chaos.
Since we basically...
5 miles per hour.
5 miles per hour without the elemental on? Because I don't want to use it right away. Because it's pretty sus when you see some little boat
You just
speeding
zoom away.
Yeah.
No. With the elemental off, it's dependent on the wind.
Okay.
What's a fair amount away for us to get away before we start using the elemental? Do we think?
At least a mile, if not further, so.
Yeah. I'd say
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 miles.
So if we sail for an hour, that's 5 miles, right? So if we sail for an hour and then turn the elemental on, is that okay?
Sounds good.
Yep.
Captain?
I think the gist of it would be trying to get sort of out of eye shot of the convocation, whatever that
Yeah.
means.
Yeah. Until we can't
Once we-
really see the lights of the convocation, essentially, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
then further still. Because,
nitrous boost.
I think, Willow will be watching sort of to see it disappear,
Mhm.
which is his own feeling again. Like probably through the spyglass, just kind of watching off the back of the ship to make sure that you can't see it anymore. And then from there, give the instruction to full speed ahead for as long as we can until everyone gets too tired to do it.
Okay.
Luca might suggest like a rotation sleep for the next 24 hours. That way we can just keep sailing until the next evening, if that's desired, you know?
We'll see what's sustainable.
Okay. In which case, I would like people to make constitution checks to stay awake.
Yep. Oh, Constitution saving?
Yeah.
Check.
Or just...
Oh, sorry.
Check.
We both did
Yeah,
the
my
wrong
bad.
thing.
Oh, and thank Christ, because I need to re-roll.
Just
so wait, where's the
crashes.
Constitution? There it is.
Just
Luca,
over.
11. Romy.
Ends 13.
Oh,
Wow. Wow, the universe really said you need to roll on that one.
Rolls a nat one.
You've rolled 3 nat ones in like the first 15 minutes.
Just
That's
started, Willow.
not great.
Get them
I
out
mean,
of
if you
the way
ever
now.
needed an indication of the kind of
Tired.
mood Willow's in
Yeah.
as we leave this place,
Yeah.
How's Varys doing? Can Varys do a check too?
please.
Varys succeeded
Varys
with a 10.
Passed.
Okay.
Yes.
I see him up
Maybe
there now.
Willow should sleep while we keep going. And then someone else can sleep. And then someone else can sleep. And then the last person can sleep. And then we can keep going.
I do wonder what this looks like. What does my nat 1 failed Constitution check look like?
Exhaustion.
I think it might be you dozing off as soon as you guys are like actually out at sea and moving.
I do think too that last little check as like the convocation disappears on the horizon, Willow walks in from it looking like they just weigh like a sack of bricks.
Yeah.
And they're just like exhausted. And I think like even potentially they might, what's something you can do on the ship that they would be keeping an eye on? I think maybe they like
I would
Probably
imagine
go-
like
Hmm?
Willow like keeping a track of like charting the course and sort of speed and so on, like all the little meters and thingamabobs
on the table and then probably just conking out on it, yeah?
Yeah.
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 You know,
Literally
tired,
just like
tired kitten that can't keep its head up.
Yeah. a little bit.
Hmm.
So
Luca will bump in and tell them to tell Willow to go to bed.
Is Willow already asleep?
I think
Yeah,
Willow's
but they
pretty- you know,
They should be asleep in their bed. Like, if they're gonna sleep anyway, they may as well be comfortable.
That is looking at Willow.
I feel like Willow's face down on the chart with their hands still holding the compass, like
Yeah,
the turning
basically.
compass, like the measuring type. So like
Yeah.
their hands still up, but their face is up.
Yeah.
Yep.
En's gonna reach over and like try to get the compass out of Willow's hand. See if that wakes them up.
I imagine it might. They probably startle awake, very on edge.
Hey, you wanna go take 5 downstairs?
What's everyone doing? Like
Right.
Willow, if Willow looks around blearily.
Oh, En's
It's
kind
kind
of
of sailing.
Yeah, Varys would be steering either steering or told Luca to hold the wheel, and Varys is dealing with other stuff.
Okay. I'll hold the
Hmm.
wheel.
just kind of standing across from you right now. Across
I
the
think
table.
Willow can clearly feel that they're not being useful, and that's probably going to be enough to force them to go and sleep. There's like
We
a
all-
sort of gratitude nod on the way out,
Mhm.
but they're mostly so tired, and they just kind of like slip downstairs. Not slip literally, because they could, but like
Yeah.
And nods
I
back.
do the Cabanella walk downstairs.
no,
No,
they're
no
full.
energy
They're
for
like
that.
potato sack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone makes a mutual agreement to not wake Willow up until they've had a long rest.
Yep.
If something goes wrong, we'll wake Willow up, but let's just
But-
hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so stressed. Not even just a normal constitution fail. Nat 1. You know Willow
Yeah.
snaps when they're stressed as well. So this feels
Yeah.
very on brand for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna sleep on the couch.
Yeah.
Just plop face. Immediately asleep.
If Ed might quietly come down a few minutes later, put a blanket over them, and then leave.
Oh.
Pokes their head downstairs, sees that you passed out without a blanket. Fetch one.
And make their neck like snake long? Or is
No.
that
No.
like no? Okay. I was just curious.
I'm not that little nightmares coded.
Yet.
Ugh.
At the end of the campaign, you're gonna be able to like extract your eye. Like it's gonna like tentacle out and you can look down under things.
That's how this campaign started, so who knows, right? Anyway, right now.
Horrific things.
Right now.
Absolutely horrible.
Normal, average human body and putting a blanket over Willow and sneaking back upstairs.
Thank you.
As you flee in the dark of night, we'll cut back to the convocation.
Okay.
We see Prince Khorvaire marching away from the amphitheater tent as the proceedings close for the evening, the emblem of the dire sharks billowing on the back of his red cloak. A hobgoblin in wizard's robes with a winged snake draws near and they have a discreet conversation through magical messages. Khorvaire scowls and begins issuing commands. Punishment for negligence, trackers to hunt down the thieves, strong arms to stifle the rumors that will no doubt flourish in the ashes. And he will have strong words to the Order of the Emerald Claw. It seems one of their agents has gone rogue.
Smiling so much.
Yeah.
Knife cat smile.
Literally.
At the Shore Song, there's a bustling rumor about the fabulous dancers that were there last night. A sea dragon captain and an unknown half-elf by the name of Willow Jenkins. A few hopefuls glance around, hoping to catch a repeat performance. Outside the Shore Song, Orkan looks around to see if he can find Luca, but there's nobody there. He converses briefly with 3 lanky blonde women, Lara, Mara, and Tara, who are also out. And he mentions briefly meeting a friendly guy heading to Karthnath the other night. Was hoping to chat with him again, but oh well.
He likes me. That's what I took from this interaction.
I'm glad that's what you took from that interaction.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
The convocation has dissolved for the evening, and Emma Brightwind is approached by a masked elf. Has a report.
Sorry. You want to say that again? Because I just... Pardon, Zeke? My bad, I'll be quiet.
Do you want to mute yourself?
No.
No.
I want to hear these screams.
This is purely for the players. The characters have no idea.
Yeah, no, that's cool, baby.
The convocation has dissolved for the evening, and Emma Brightwind gets approached by a masked elf who has a report. Gardenia speaks to her in low tones. She was successful in her goal, but there's a complication. Other thieves were there. She followed them back. A changeling and a shifter who met with a bearded half-elf and a human man with a porcelain arm. She had to retreat after being spotted, and it's unlikely that they're going to stick around. Emma Brightwind grits her teeth and asks for more details. We cut to High Prince Ryger and Prince Coulton Brightwind aboard the Dragon Eye in Ryger's quarters. A couple of Thorani guards lurk in corners, keeping an eye out. Above deck, Ryger's first mate, Kalohe, manages the crew. Ryger pours 2 glasses of deep red wine and slides the first to Brightwind. For all the noise he made, Khorvaire sure left the tent in a hurry. Was that something you did? Haven't the foggiest. Now that we've got the chance to speak, how's the mission to Eberron? Did you procure the saplings? Yeah, 12 or so. Left them all in Orgalen. Right pain in the ass to get them. By the way, mind yourself on the Thunder Sea. We had some trouble with Sahagan raiders. We're not the only ones. Been getting vicious lately. Coulton sneers and takes a sharp swig of his wine. No doubt something to do with Caledon de Lyrander down in Stormreach. Bastard's always got his tendrils and everything near him. Have you actually put a shadow on your father, or is this just filial intuition? Coulton rolls his eyes. Don't take my advice, then. Margaret pauses. I'll keep an ear to the waves. He takes a deep drink. Our mutual investment is progressing well. Prototyping workshop is more than ready, and we've managed to secure some bound elementals for experiments. Doorbell will be over the ring to hear it. Your artificer. Say, wasn't there another one aboard the Storm Chaser? No, not for a while. We've been looking for new ones, but... Colton's expression grows dark and distant. Nobody made the cut, eh? Brightwind drains his glass of wine and sets it firmly on the table. We return the ephemeral chaos. Several hours later. Willow is asleep. It's about 3 a.m. Varys is hitting his limit and he's aware of it. You are out far at sea. Convocation a significant distance behind you. Long enough that it should be time for at least a few hours sleep. At least until dawn.
Be safer to sail by daylight anyway.
Varys slows the ship and calls for the anchor to be dropped. What would you like to do, Anne and Luca?
So he's taking a rest, or everyone?
Yeah, he's basically called like everybody should rest, but he especially needs some.
Yeah. Do we want to take watches? The couple hours until dawn?
Luca nods. If you like, I can take the long watch. Go to sleep now.
I can manage being awake a little bit longer. I can take the first, you can take the one closer to daylight. The whole, eye condition of yours.
Yeah. Can Varys see in the dark? Or is it just
Yeah.
me? Yeah. It's just me.
Well, I'm an outlier too, technically. Changelings can't
Yeah,
usually
but-
see in the dark.
You're normal now. I'm the unnormal one now.
Well, by the statistics of the ship specifically.
That's all that matters, right?
For the moment, I suppose. Get some rest, you're the one who got punched all day.
Not that much.
No, cocky.
You had to be there.
Too bad some Emerald Claw lady was there instead. How's your face, by the way?
Felt like I had sand in my eyes and up my nose and in my throat. It was not pleasant.
Alright, so my magic sounds like a bass-boosted pocket sand. I'll keep that in mind.
Well, it like burnt as well, but that's what it felt like after. You know?
The aftertaste.
Dry
Sandy
eyes.
aftertaste.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yuck.
Yeah, I didn't really hold back, so hope all your facial features are still in the place you remember them being.
Am I still pretty?
And tilts their head at Luca. Like they're...
Luca makes an
Judging.
indignant expression.
You're fine.
Luca pats En's shoulder and kind of holds it for a second, jiggles it. I'll fix things. And then like pats them on the back as he's walking past.
And kind of cocks their brow at him a bit as they watch him go. But
That's all you get.
Yep. Just gonna watch him go. Yeah, so with Luca.
Give him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anna, I would like you to make a perception check.
Okay. Dirty 20.
Ooh, tasty.
Nice.
Nice.
You keep a keen watch.
Yeah.
Warm summer night air. Out at sea. Cool breeze. Peaceful under the stars.
Yeah, after En's done doing like a scan, like a kind of a pace around the deck, they would look up a bit. It's cleared up from earlier, because I remember it was kind of
It was
overcast.
drizzling and now it's a little clearer. There's still some clouds scudding across the sky. You can see a few of the moons out. Actually, as you look up, you realize you've never seen this many stars before.
Oh. That kind of thuds in En's chest a bit. And they're really entranced by the sight, kind of leaning against the railing of the deck, staring up.
It's like you could just fall into the sky, swim among the endless stars.
Doesn't sound so bad. I think I can see what Willow likes about this place being the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
It does feel like freedom.
Sound of the waves. Time passes. Eventually you can see the sun beginning to crest over the horizon. Just a faint light.
That's kind of cool to see too. Little
Sky
strip of gold.
slowly growing. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and we'll go and fetch Luca as the light begins to fade into existence.
I'm up easy. I'll take watch.
Yeah.
Perception.
Yes, please.
Dirty 20 as well.
Nice.
Nice.
High five.
Holy crap, guys.
It's to compensate for your 3 natural ones.
You're asleep. It's fine. You need to sleep.
We're working hard so you can rest
You can
easy,
rest.
baby.
My hands look like this, so
Yeah.
yours can look like that.
Yeah. Yeah, Luca, you keep a peaceful watch. As the dawn breaks, Willow will probably wake up soon. They've had the longest chance to sleep.
Is that enough for Willow to press the long rest button?
Yes, it is.
Yay.
I'm gonna do a little cheeky check for Varys, see if he wakes up first. This will be a constitution check. 10.
10.
Not quite enough, I don't think. I think he'll sleep until roused.
Good. Let him rest.
In which case, I think, Willow, you wake up at dawn. It's way longer than you wanted to sleep, but... well, here you are. You might as well keep moving.
Do you think Willow does the kind of, like, wake up with a start? Like, they don't quite know what startled them awake? But then once they kind of come to, they're just going to be like, oh, the sun, like, I need to get moving. Work to do.
Mm-hmm. If you so choose.
Yeah, Varys is asleep, it seems.
Yeah. Yes.
So, yep. Shouldn't have slept for that long anyway, so I'm going to go check on where we're headed. Wait, are we headed anywhere, or are we stopped?
You've been stopped for a while. You can tell there's no, or rather,
movement.
When you look out, there's no forward momentum.
Okay.
Anne and Varys are asleep, so.
Does there need to be forward momentum? Like, should
it might
we
be wise.
Heading off? Yeah, I think Willow's going to pretty much start moving. Like, the ship needs to be moving. We need to keep moving.
Mm-hmm.
Luke is awake to help if you need it.
I think Willow's probably going to sort of march outside with, like, as if they're about to go unfurl the sails and do it themselves, and then seeing Luca, they're like, dead stop. And then sort of gesture at him to maybe start like helping them then as they go back to do other stuff. Luca can pull up the anchor and, you know, Willow can ready the other stuff.
Yeah,
I can do that.
Depends if we're catching wind or if we're
let me roll for weather.
Yeah.
Or if we're relying on the elemental.
Either or.
both?
I mean, it's both. Yeah, it can be both.
Yeah. Whatever's faster. Is it only now the 16th?
Yep.
I believe so, yes.
Yep, that was a long day. Has Luca slept at all?
For like a couple of hours.
Yeah, Luca's make a constitution check, Luca.
Yes, sir. That's a 13.
Damn.
Okay. You're pushing your limit. You will need to sleep soon. Okay. Clear skies, light wind today.
Okay, so I think I will clear skies, no good for us. Light wind, not great. So I think Willow's going to try and contact the elemental through the little speaker that I've done. What do I do again? Is it persuasion?
Yeah. It's persuasion or animal handling.
Can I help?
I don't think you can.
No? Okay.
No. Animal handling, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I do think you see Willow talking, and then upon nothing happening, you see them kind of like donk their head on the little mouthpiece or on the edge, on one of the spokes on the wheel. Like, come on.
Like, at best, what you can do is, like, engage the elemental engine so it can run freely, but it won't necessarily follow commands.
Yeah. I suspected that this is the energy of putting your key in the ignition and it not starting the car.
I think it's more
or is it something else?
It's less like a car, and it's more like you're telling your dog to like follow you, and it wanders in the other direction. Or like it like perks an ear, and then it goes.
Yeah, either way.
Wanders diagonal to where you're leading it.
Yeah. Either way, is that not a fail?
It is a fail in the sense of, like, it's not doing what you asked it to. It might do something, but maybe not what you asked it to.
Cool. Whatever, we'll rely on sailing then, I guess. I think we're probably going to head outside. Like, lock the wheel so that it's not going to veer us into rocks. Not that I think there are any rocks around us presently.
Not yet.
Okay. And go and try and sort of adjust the sails.
Okay.
I'll help.
Make a water vehicles check using your choice, I guess, of Dex or Int.
Int. Let's try and make the most of
the wind.
What wind we do have. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, very nice.
30-20.
Cool. I'm going to pull you over to the map.
Yay.
Let's say that...
We are so small.
Yes. Let's say that you have managed to travel, or you by midday you will have managed to travel 50 miles away from the convocation.
Can you put something down to show us where the convocation is? Is that possible? Just like a line or something?
Yeah, let me...
Please.
Let's put this on here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why did come closer?
Because that's where the convocation is. Each square is 50 miles.
Why are you responding like that? You know why I'm stressed?
We got 1 square away, and we can get more squares away.
Yeah.
We just
I
keep
know.
going.
It's only noon. It's only noon.
It
Everybody-
zoomed upwards.
It followed us.
You're good. You're good.
Why calm, Zeke? For this world you have created.
There is no calm here.
I'm fine.
Yeah. Anyway, so
Thank you for doing that. It's helpful.
yeah, Willow has had a long rest. In a, I think
I've
around
had a short
noon.
rest, right?
Yes.
I can press. Thank you. I get a few things back on short rests.
Yes. I'm gonna say at around noon, Varys will have had a long rest, unless somebody comes and wakes him up earlier.
No, let him cook.
Probably the only reason I would let him cook. Probably the only reason I would tell someone to wake up Varys is so that Luca can sleep.
Yeah.
So I might. Oh, but then I don't know if I'm really in the mood to direct Luca. So I think I'm just going to do what I do, and not really liaise too much. Even with Willow running around the boat to get it started, I think they would have directed Luca the first time, and then the rest of the time they're just kind of moving.
Yeah.
On autopilot kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. In which case, around noon, Varys wakes up and is asleep.
Yep.
Doesn't disturb you. Varys comes upstairs and says sort of a quiet hello. Just asks, anybody not slept yet?
Luca waves slightly.
Your turn on off.
Lunch is made, so
Thank you.
yeah, Luca will go for his long rest.
Mm-hmm. Varys sort of does a glance at Willow. Is Willow avoiding him, or?
I think Willow does the wave of good morning, but doesn't say much.
Okay. Fair enough.
Last we spoke, he was storming out the room because I annoyed him regarding...
Yeah, he's cooled off since then.
He's cooled off? Cool.
Yes.
Good to know. I don't know. I haven't, keep chugging around. I'm going to do another perception check. See if there's anything around. Especially now that Varys is awake, he can handle the wheel, and I'll do other stuff.
Yeah, okay. Varys takes his place.
There you go.
22.
Cool. Clear seas, clear skies. Good wind. Not the strongest, but certainly enough to go at a clip. You soon hear the... Actually, let me do a little check for Varys.
I was relying on him to do that. Oh my!
He just woke up.
Shouldn't have let him cook so long.
That's an
Oh god,
8.
he's overcooked.
I'm going to say it's a slow start, but eventually the ship picks up a little bit of speed as the elemental sort of lazily churns.
Elemental doesn't understand the concept of urgency, so it's like, I can take my time.
Yeah. Well, do you have navigator's tools or no?
Nope.
Okay. Can you do a navigation check? Rather, a survival check. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
Nice.
24,
19.
baby.
24.
Good.
I can't read.
Good. Who would like to roll for random encounters today?
Varys. No. Willow.
N.
And
Sure.
sleep.
N seems like the first next that would
Yeah.
wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And would wake up next.
En's probably gonna do something
roll-
before they get up, but
Yeah.
I will roll.
Yeah.
Roll a d20.
Yes,
This one is
please.
actually Robbie rolling. Robbie.
Robbie.
Rummy.
You just can't get this right.
Yeah. I need to leave.
13.
13.
No random encounters today.
Wow.
We've had enough
see
random
it.
encounters at the convocation.
Yeah.
Yep, it is a peaceful day of travel.
We've earned it.
Yeah.
You guys managed to move. You will move a total of another hex today.
Yay.
We're going past Dreadhold, aren't we?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Fun.
So, and
Everyone wave to Wilfred. Hi, Mr. Bartosh.
and what are you doing
I think,
as you wake around
yeah.
afternoon?
Upon waking up and kind of slowly drifting into awareness and making sure, like, there's no shouting, the boat's not rocking rather. Just there's nothing to be distressed about. They just kind of lay there for a bit. Like no reason to get up in a hurry. Now all the excitement is past, and they end up peering over at the journal. They kind of leave near their pillow when they're sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Pull it in, flick it open, and leaf through the pages until they find the little sketch of Angel Eye that they made after meeting him
Mm-hmm.
in passing. It's extremely rough. It's pretty cartoonish, to be honest, because Anne pretty much did a 5-minute, that's generous, sketch of what they picked up about his appearance. So it's extremely rough. Cartoon lizard with a cowboy hat, which really makes him look a lot less intimidating now than he did in the moment. But
Yeah.
the notes that N made about him bring back the concerning factors, as do probably the scribbled lines on his face that kind of emulate the ones on N's, the cracks on N's face. That was a very important thing that N jotted down at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But before they worry about that, the first thing they're going to do is write specifically to the eye. Good job yesterday.
Good job yourself.
Thank you. Could have gotten a cleaner getaway, but all things considered, pretty clean. Too many eyes seeing me these days. Then looks back at the sketch. What do you make of him?
Draws power from a similar place. Not the same as you and I, but similar.
So, not a eyeball from a beholder under Sharn, but maybe some similar implant or source of alien magics and wiggles the fingers.
From the Chaos Fleet, right?
That's
What did Willow say?
They're extraplanar, aren't they? They're not of this plane. They dip in and out. They don't abide by the laws of this plane in really any sense. And just look at their ships. It's not normal.
A long time ago, I think you were told that my source might be Khorvaire or Zoriad.
Yes, that's true. So, maybe that's where he gets his whatever.
Likely. I don't think we can trust him.
Really?
But I think we can trust his information. Possibly.
Well, certainly never met anyone else with this whole situation, and gestures at their face. Stormreach, anywhere else. You didn't do it on purpose, the in condition, so neither of us really know why this happened. He might. And far be it for me to reject information from sources that are a bit dubious.
You can feel the eye thinking. Pondering over, like, the didn't cause the skin condition, don't know what this is. Make a Arcana check.
Okay. $18.
Ooh. You feel knowledge that is not your own sort of seeping into your consciousness. This is not the first time that this has happened, but it hasn't been this way for a while. You've been pretty good at sort of integrating knowledge with the eye in the last few months.
Mm-hmm.
But every now and then you get this sort of spark of information that is not quite your own. And you're not sure if this is due to the eye accessing some lore that it has buried within itself or has access to via the nature of what it is, or whether this is from you stealing the memories of Alonzo Reedfoot, the Nothic that was Beckett's servant. But it comes to you that the cracking on your skin, the physical changes of your body since the implant, some of it has to do with your body sort of adapting to this magic that you now have access to that would normally not be part of your body. It's like almost like an allergic reaction. Almost like the way some people have to adapt to losing a limb or losing senses after an injury by strengthening other aspects. In some ways, some of these changes are due to you becoming a little more beholder-like. The teeth, the dark vision,
and kind of draws a hand
the
over
paranoia.
their jaw a bit, just kind of feeling the cracks in their teeth as this information kind of sinks in.
But the cracks seem to be just sort of... There's something about the magic that doesn't quite fit comfortably in your skin.
And kind of snorts at that. Too big for my britches, huh? I can't deny he probably has information. But all I can think about is that the doctor that was with Edmund that night. The idea of being on anyone's operating table, whatever that looks like, makes my skin crawl.
Agreed.
That's stupid to consider. The passing of fancy. And what would we do? Go aboard his ship? Go aboard the Lion's Den? We wouldn't even go aboard Meryldine's ship. And she had less reasons to kill us than a ship full of extraplanar creatures and the one that probably wants to dissect me.
Certainly we wouldn't go alone.
No, certainly not, but I'm not about to risk Willow and Luca. Something like that.
If we asked them, would they let that person on here?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Sam just scrubs at their face. We have bigger problems to deal with right now than whatever Angel Eye is interested in.
First we need to get to Cardiff.
First, we need to get to Karnath in one piece. God. And rubs at their face again, kind of sinks back into the hammock below, stares at the ceiling. First, we have to get to Karnath. Hey, you remember the time you did something behind my back? You know, waking Thale up even when I insisted he wasn't worth salvaging from my psyche?
It's hard to forget.
Well, it's been coming up in my brain with everything that unfolded the other day. We kind of did things in reverse order. It's because you, and like squints and twirls their pencil at the ceiling. You proved your trustworthiness before I learned about the betrayal. You had the fortune of Alonso being dead by the time I realized what you did, and somehow I'm not confident same is going to result for Willow. It's also way more complicated for Willow and Luca because, well, you gave Thale a choice and he chose, and I chose, even if I didn't really know I chose. It was still me. I still agreed to it, even if I wasn't aware I agreed to it. By now, I'm sure you're very familiar with the machinations of my mind. I also didn't...
There are some parts of it that are still strange to me, but that is maybe not a surprise to you.
No. I'd be willing to wager that. Same here. And taps their brain or head with the pencil. I never gave you specific instructions not to talk to Thale, but Willow did, and I don't know. It's complicated, and it's not even my thing. Willow was the one wrong, and I don't feel right holding on to this any longer than they do. I know Luca doesn't want to hurt me or to anyone, but if he's capable of deciding what's good for me without fully grasping my situation, then that makes me very nervous for Sharn.
There's a pause, and then at long last, and as if with a sigh, the words appear on the page.
I wish Seeker Elsa was still with us.
Yeah. Me too. But we've been thrown out of the nest. Now we have to fly. Just hope Luca is actually sorry now. It's gonna take more than that. I guess I can only speak for myself. But we'll see how it unfolds.
I suppose we will.
Alright. Well, good talk. Better go make sure they know I'm not dead.
You close the book. The eye's voice recedes from your mind.
Kick their legs out of the hammock and head on up.
Yep. I think the air is a little bit sort of uneasy. Not hostile, but just sort of not friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Varys is gonna do an insight check on Willow. What's the vibe?
I can possibly persuade higher than this.
Yes.
But I didn't. I think since the last evening, Willow's had the vibe of forward momentum.
Mm-hmm.
Little else. There is the option of thinking about, didn't really talk with Varys after everything, but that's for later. Didn't resolve anything with Luca, but that's for later. Haven't even really celebrated the heist, that's for later. Everything about Willow is kind of just focused on getting away from the convocation right now. And I think possibly Varys would be wise enough to know through context that momentum has a lot of baggage on it.
Yeah.
I'm sure even he remembers his own advice to them about the hunted life, what it means to run. So, yeah. But Willow is nevertheless chugging along doing things. If there's not much left to do in terms of boat stuff, then they're probably working on charts. I can also imagine them beginning to sort of unpack and organize the spoils from the heist. A little bit, because that's part of the forward momentum, is planning what to do with what we now have.
Yes.
So yeah, they're probably just organizing things on the table, looking down at it, sorting things into piles.
Okay. In which case, you give me an insight check.
Seven.
You're not paying attention to what Varys is doing or thinking. That is not relevant right now. You've got better things to do. And frankly, you're tired of looking.
Yep.
In which case, very quiet day.
Yep.
And returns from sleep. You take turns managing the ship all together.
Yep.
And it's just quiet. There's definitely an air of we'll talk when we're ready to talk, but we're not ready to talk right now. Unless Anne wants to give me an insight check on Varys.
Sure, yeah. I'll do it. I'm semi.
You said that. Oh yeah, I'll do it.
That's a 5.
You've got other things to worry about.
I'm thinking about the conversation I had this morning.
Yep.
This situation sure could use a paladin.
Too bad we don't have one.
Yeah.
I'll do an insight check on. You just said I'm tired of doing them, so I think I'm not going to.
Yeah.
All that good liquor we stole just going to waste. We should be celebrating. And we're getting kind of sooky, mopey.
Are they saying that out loud?
No, I just think like when they're like tying knots at one point, they're like, God, I'd rather
Man, we
just
should be
drinking and playing games right now. But instead it's
Yeah. Yeah.
yanks a knot tight.
So sorry, Anne. You deserve better.
Luca eventually wakes up after his turn to sleep.
Speak of the devil. My boy.
Me. I'm not a devil. I'm a trying hard good boy.
With
Yeah.
With a good boy comb. Do you fix your hair with the comb?
Of course I fix my hair with a comb. It was given to me. I'm gonna
Good.
use it. Things are made to be used.
Everybody has had a long rest by this point.
Yes.
Yay.
Press the button. Daddy needs his lay on hands.
Okay. If you have to say it like that, I guess.
All right.
You want to come do an insight check on Varys since we've all failed?
I'm gonna make inside checks on all 3 of you. That's my
Great.
job.
Okay, buddy.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
You decide.
Not
Like, oh, do me.
Who do I see first? That'll probably. Where is everyone?
You know what? I'm gonna manifest. Willow was briefly.
Can we have the boat map?
the
just
the
for-
scrap bucket? Yeah.
Yes, please.
We need to make a new one of those, but yes.
Yes.
Gives us the approximate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
I got the gist
baby.
of it. Oh, hi, darling. You're not listening to me, stupid, useless chariot. Anyway, I think Willow's probably at the table.
Okay.
Uh,
Where's Anne and Vowis?
Where
Yes,
would I be if I'm
yes,
tying
outside.
knots?
Outside.
All right then. Willow it is.
Great.
God, I hope I roll well. Oh, it's a 9 and a
Can I
15.
go 15?
Yeah. That's a 13
I'm
and
cool. I'm
15.
focused.
Willow is
Okay.
busy.
Okay. Busy is okay. Does the ephemeral chaos have windows? Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Varys next.
Ooh,
They're far out. 15.
Yeah,
not bad.
that's good enough.
75%, bro.
That's like, yeah, that's a good way to think of it.
Varys is... You catch Varys glancing over at Willow in the way of like, is now a good time to talk? Nope. Okay, back to work.
Okay. Well,
Because like, I know that look. Me
yeah.
too. I'm kidding.
Okay.
I'm joking.
And one more little chickaroo on N.
I need a
That's a
chicken
natural
nugget.
21.
Oh shit, okay, I'm on the
Oh,
trying
sorry,
to
so that's
just.
a 24.
Alright. So it gets a 16. Yeah, you probably
Things that
catch
I'm
N making those aggravated knots. It's like deep in thought, but like
Grumbly.
just making knots with a passion.
Yeah.
Passion of. Can I get like a
I want to
an
be
indicator?
partying.
I'm annoyed
Okay,
by the
okay.
situation. I want this to be better.
Okay. I have plans. Let's start. I'm going to talk to the half elf.
Okay.
Okay.
I can be a
Poke my
half
head
elf
out.
if you need me to be.
Yeah.
I know. You can be a whole elf and we'll deal with that later.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I think when Luca clears the room, oh, wait, do I have to mind the wheel? No, I have to mind the wheel.
Wait.
There's a lock on the wheel.
First, does Willow have food and water?
Willow's eaten.
But do they have a glass of water?
Yeah, probably.
Cup. Yeah.
Okay, just making sure they're staying hydrated. Okay, I'm going to go talk to Mr. Varys. Mr. Captain Varys Greenleaf. Former captain. He's captain of my heart.
Okay.
Do you need assistance?
Hey, hold this rope for me, will you?
What's it for? What does it do?
I think Varys is doing something with the sails, and trying to. He's adjusting for the wind as you have sort of made the slight turn from north to west, and you guys would be tacking into the wind.
Are we making good time?
Decent enough.
Okay, that's good to know. How far away do you think we are from the convocation now?
I would wager some 70 miles.
Amazing what a personal boat can do for you when you're traveling. Not having to stop off at every port for every person.
Aye, and we've had some good weather lately.
So...
At this pace, it'll be some... maybe 5 or 6 days to Scairn.
Okay. We don't have that much time without fresh food, so that's good. We're not going to be touching our rations, it seems like.
Well, we've been using some of them.
But I did buy well, I think you saw. Don't tell anyone. I did buy a big batch of fresh food for tonight and tomorrow.
Right. Oh. What's on the menu, Quartermaster?
It's a surprise.
Aris bounces his eyebrows. Oh, I'll allow myself to be surprised.
Speaking of surprises, you seemed a little upset last night. Is everything all right?
I lost my temper somewhat, and it was not the right thing to do at the right time, regardless of how I felt. I've been meaning to make my apologies to Willow, but they haven't been in the mood to talk, so thought I'd rather not aggravate them.
I doubt you would be able to.
I wouldn't be so sure of that.
Can I ask what was upsetting, or?
I knew we were dealing with the traitor, but I didn't realize we were going to be giving her a priceless map, even if we have a copy of it. I didn't really... It didn't sit right with me, and I felt left out of the loop, and I lost my temper with Willow, and I shouldn't have done that, at least in front of company.
I think Varys can see slow gears turning in Luca's head. Well, if you're priceless, it's priceless. Are you certain we didn't tell you?
I don't remember it.
Well, that's my specialty. Give me one moment. And Luca's going to shuffle inside, grab his journal, and start flicking through. When he comes back, no doubt the knowledge that someone close to your precious captain is traitorous is likely an overwhelming thought, but I would be remiss not to tell you that we did mention it once before.
No, sovereigns and six. Sir Varys sort of rubs his face and is like, I've made a right ass of myself.
But not the worst on this ship, so you've got that going for you.
I suppose that dubious honor goes to you.
I'll gladly let you take it. No, I don't think I would. No. No.
Why'd you do it? It would have been one thing if you were trying to distract someone to avoid Willow being compromised, but as it sounds, you didn't have to step up. Didn't have to make conversation.
I won't pretend that it was a necessary action. Willow has been paralyzed for a couple of years, I think it's fair to say. And they've been, I think, slowly starting to move. And I just thought I could prevent something happening that would make them stop again.
Seems to have backfired some. Even if it was done with good intentions.
A path to Khyber is paved with the best of intentions.
And then expecting them to punish you as if you were a soldier didn't help much.
What should I have done?
Well, for one thing, try to stop thinking like a soldier. It's not how it works out at sea.
I think that's sort of in my bones, despite my attempts to the contrary.
It is difficult to unlearn something that's close to instinct. But you need to understand that the code of honor for a soldier and the code of honor for a pirate are something very, very different.
Luca inclines his head slightly, like, can you explain?
On the sea, there are no laws. None that can be enforced by a king.
And not a prince?
A prince's role is only dependent on how well he's able to manage his crew. Justice is based more on emotion than on reason. But there is a logic to it. Out here at sea, you're at the mercy of the elements and the mercy of each other. The function on a ship depends on the function of a crew. Not just on running shifts and making sure everybody does their fair share of work and gets their fair share of food and drink and treasure. It also feels their fair share of heard, their fair share of respected. There's no greater good out here at sea.
Just staying alive with each other.
Aye.
When you were working under the High Prince, did you think of yourself as his friend? Did he think of you as a friend? When you were a captain on the Silver Dancer, were you friend with your crew or just captain?
That's a difficult question.
Wasn't for me. When I was captain, you didn't have the luxury of being friends with the people below you.
I suppose it is quite different in the army.
Nuka nods.
You remember that?
That much. Feeling of distance.
It depends on the captain. Depends on the crew. More than friendship, I think. What you need is to be able to trust each other. Not necessarily like each other as friends, or... No, that helps. You need to be able to rely on each other. To know that when a storm comes rolling in, everybody's holding the same line, pulling in the same direction. When swords are drawn and ships are boarded, that you move together as a school of fish or a flock of birds or something to that effect. Varys sort of sighs. I was friends with some of my crew, and I would hope I was friends with Rygar, certainly not his closest. But he treated me like a friend when I returned, so perhaps that counts for something.
I think there was love between you. So, if that counts for anything.
Make an insight check.
Eyes emoji.
21, 24,
21.
24. Sorry.
Cool. Let me just see what the what the contest looks like.
Oh gosh.
When you say love specifically, Varys's ear twitches and he seems to fluster and flush a little bit.
Sweet.
Oh, Mr. Greenleaf.
He knows I mean like platonic love, right?
He knows.
But he's thinking.
He's got feelings.
Good. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Cool.
Varys says, there was. There is. I'm sure you're all aware that had Rygar put me elsewhere, I probably would have followed his order there. But by that same merit, he could tell that I would be of use here. And that I do owe some loyalty to you all.
Of use or happiest, maybe?
Who could say?
We'll be sure to ask him next time we see him.
Hopefully that won't be for a while. But regardless of my feelings toward Ryger or even towards Willow, even if their choice to not tell me immediately what they were planning, although they did tell me, so regardless of all that, I respect them, and I choose to respect them. And as part of that respect, I do listen to them. Ryger and Willow.
I think I have a harder time understanding them than you or Anne or even Ryger seemed to. Oh, sorry, High Prince Ryger seemed to.
Well, I wouldn't compare yourself to the High Prince. It's a difficult man to measure up to.
Luca cocks a brow like, oh, really?
He hasn't been the High Prince for near on 15 years. Well, Prince of the Sea Dragons at least for 15 years, High Prince for a little less.
Luca raises his hands like, don't worry, I'm not trying to diminish your prince.
That's neither here nor there at this point.
How do you repair something like this? As a pirate rather than an ex-soldier? Should I steal a boat for them?
Maybe just listen. Start with that. And I should start with an apology.
Why don't you grease the wheels for me?
I'll see if I can put a good word in, but...
No. Focus on yourself. I can manage for myself as well.
I'm sure the food will help things go over smoothly. Or at least a little smoother. Varys sort of gives himself a steadying breath and then marches in the cabin. Willow, what are you up to?
I was going to say, N is right near the window near me, yeah? I've always had windows on both sides. I don't really need to roll an insight check, but I think I'm at the point with my organizing of things that I wouldn't mind calling out to N. Yeah, I'm not really inferring that much.
Fine.
I think a fish dog's gonna go tap at the window near N.
Yep.
And by tap, you mean throw its entire body against the window,
No,
right?
it's little fins.
Oh, okay.
That'll grab N's attention. Okay,
Which is spinner against the window.
That's the one. We call it the convocation spinner from now on. Yeah, Willow's going to gesture for you to please come inside.
All right. And we'll abandon their knots and go on inside. We're all good with the knots.
Yep.
What's up?
Tied enough knots out there to survive the rest of the voyage.
That's the idea. Now I can sleep through my morning shifts.
That's distinctly not how it works.
I know.
I was looking through our spoils. Granted,
Oh.
we have skipped the most necessary part, which is the celebrating the spoils, but I would like to get started on this if possible.
Yeah, sure thing. How can I help?
Gesturing at the table, you see that they have the enchanted map there. They have the contracts. They have the letters that need to be decrypted with the decrypted key ring on it. Do I have those?
Mm-hmm.
Do I have that ring?
Yes.
Yeah. The contracts and sending stones. I don't know if I mentioned those. These are the main things that Willow's looking at now as sort of like pertinent. The remainder of the gold as well as Meryldine's gift, which Willow has just kind of taken without much reaction, without much fanfare. Cheers. But to N, they're going to gesture slightly. Khorvare's spy network has been disrupted by us, but not yet dismantled.
Evidently, and gestures to the contracts and the sending stones. What's the play?
You tell me, Willow says, and sort of pushes them towards N. When we were on the sandbar, and I stalled on these, you thought very clearly about what to do next, and showed a fair bit of wisdom in what you established. Not to mention that with your actions towards Meryldine and Tarek, you seem to be constructing a bit of a web yourself.
I'd like to think so.
Well, add a few more threads, and Willow, like, officially sort of pushes the contracts and the sending stones to you.
All right, and arches an eyebrow. I think they kind of watch Willow a bit as they slide things over. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. Just they watch Willow as they slide things over, but then they start kind of leafing through the contracts. Yeah, they'll kind of read through what's available within the, confines of the contract's information, see if there's anything or anyone that piques their interest.
Willow might continue to say, you may choose to dispose of them, you may choose to implement them, but I mean, I'd like to stay in the loop on what you plan to do, especially regarding, anyway, this is why I'm not in charge of them. More to the point, I think you're more suited. It just seems right.
Oh, thank you for the faith.
Not faith. Seems to be fact.
I appreciate it regardless. I'll keep you in the loop, of course. We did steal them together. What's that old phrase? Thick as thieves. Honor among thieves. There's a few thieves sayings that go around.
Plenty of them in this neck of the woods.
I'm sure.
Drop of the sea. Anyway, you did good yesterday, by the way. Everyone did.
You as well. Could have gone a lot worse. How are you feeling?
Well, we are compromised and sailing off relatively quickly. So I suppose it went about as expected.
I suppose. How you feeling about it all?
Willow just shrugs.
Nope. Unreadable.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I could fail this, so... but I didn't.
Yeah.
Okay. No, yeah, Willow's pretty... surface level, literally shrugs because they don't know.
Yeah. I wanted to apologize for Thale the other night. If he overstepped, he has a way of saying shit.
If Thale wants to apologize to me, he can say it with his own face. Don't worry about it. I know what he was getting at.
Do you want to talk to him?
Not necessarily.
Well, he wants
I'm
to
not
talk
mad
to
at
you.
him. He wants to talk to me. Why? About my feelings, about Mr. Bartosz, about Tarek Elham.
Apologize personally.
Willem just like full body eye roll.
And
Don't
smirks.
worry about it.
Turns back to the papers.
Just tell him to make wise choices with this then if he wants to jump the cannon.
I think he's made enough wise decisions for both of us.
Going through the contracts will take some time, and...
Yeah, and just kind of idly flipping through them when they talk.
I think at this point, you hear the sound of determined footsteps approaching.
Ooh.
Will his ears perk like, oh god, what now?
Varys stands at the door and says, Captain.
Me?
Yes, you.
I rolled a 20 on insight. What energy has he arrived with?
Earnest contrition.
Oh, God. Okay. Well, I feel like Willow gives Anne a look that is like, oh, here we go.
And like, good thing I kept Theo in check then. little eyes, and then goes back to the reading.
I think Willow sort of stands up at this stage and is like, I mean, I did say to stop calling me that.
Regardless, I would like to apologize for my conduct last night. It was wrong of me to lose my temper at you, certainly in the presence of company, and I have been corrected that I had forgotten that you had in fact shown me the map. Whatever my feelings may be on the subject of being told or not told, it was inappropriate of me to lash out at you like that, and I am sorry for my behavior.
When he says that he has been since corrected, Willow's eyebrows pop up like, oh? And then I think they do kind of hold back on like a small laugh of like, it's only a little, just a little pinch of a smile of like, yeah, I was right, huh? I did tell him, yes?
Yes,
Feeling.
you did.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
There's a little bit of a pinch of a smile with that, but they continue listening. It's such an intensely earnest apology, it's kind of hard to do anything but listen to it. But I think Willow just sort of like looks him over, then goes back to shuffling through their stuff and says, well, you embarrassed yourself as much as you embarrassed me, so I suppose we're even.
Very well then. Shall I take my leave?
Yeah, I would move freely. I don't know what you expect me to do.
He shrugs and gives you a little nod. Slight hint of a smile on his face. Goes on.
Oh, that's one problem solved.
It's one apology out the way.
And the corner of N's mouth kind of pinches. Peer over Lulu again. It sucks. Don't need me to tell you that.
Pardon?
I still remember when you played your cards close to your chest. And speak up. Thought you wouldn't be heard. Working up the guts to speak and having it. And it clicks their tongue and like slits their throat with a finger. It sucks.
Makes no difference. They were going to find out anyway.
Didn't have to be so soon.
I mean, I made my actions at the show song. That was going to expedite them finding out anyway. That was my own unwise decision. Luca made his choice, and it's highlighted the holes in mine.
You give someone a secret, they use it to hurt you. That's on them. Always.
Yeah, okay. It's not that deep, I assume. You did walk out the room in a huff.
No, this isn't about me.
Isn't it?
No, it's not. It's distinctly not. He betrayed you, Willow, not me.
Betrayed is such a strong word. Willow starts rubbing their head. I'm not saying it's good. And I'm not saying I'm fine. But I'm just saying what's done is done. And the course doesn't change.
Of course. Sure, you're aware there's only so far we can take that.
Yep.
Difficult thing to rebuild.
But it will be rebuilt. So I do wish we didn't have to go through this entire middle section.
The painful part.
The boring part.
Yeah, there's an element of that too, in these whole endeavors. The part when we're not partying after a massively successful heist.
I know, it's frustrating, isn't it?
All that liquor, we have food, we have
treasures pouring out of our ears.
Women.
We robbed Khorvaire, Prince Khorvaire.
Yeah.
Awful as he is as a person, and undeserving as he might be of that title, still Prince of the Dire Sharks, and robbed him blind. You stabbed his bed. His room's on fire. It probably still smells of it. Burnt wood and all of the above. Oh, there should be a cause for celebration. We should be partying at the moment, but instead I'm bracing for another apology from Luca. Hopefully this one isn't a letter again.
It'd be a little harder to pull off. Unless he intends to leave you a letter and then dive into the sea.
No, he brought an essay to me last time he apologized to me. It was written. I read it the other night.
Oh.
Anyway. Should probably hurry that along, huh?
I don't know, it's something you can really hurry along. Don't.
I mean, we could start the process. Surely.
Don't push yourself. We'll make it work. We've been through a few bumps and bruises. But I do think we're all committed to the bit at this point. The bit being working together and getting to Karnath in one piece.
Willow's got that, like, agitated fidgeting of, like, I don't want to sit in this tension any longer.
Mm-hmm.
And saying not to rush it, but Willow's like, why not? Why not just take a big step now and just ask Luca to come in? No, okay, I think they're going to run out of steam pretty fast.
Yeah.
And made them think about it for a second, and they're like, okay.
Patience only carries you so far.
Yeah, like 2 centimeters before I stop again.
I think on that note, you go about your duties for the rest of the day.
Yeah. I think first Willow's going to, like, when they settle, they will probably be like, oh, there's other things to do, and then go back to, I suppose, decrypting the letters to see if there's anything pertinent happening in those letters to Khorvaire.
Which ones?
We got some letters that were like the Miraldine ones that were different from the contracts.
Ah, yes. Cool. Give me an investigation check. Okay. So, you have the decryptor ring, so it's just writing things out at this point.
Mm-hmm.
What the sort of spy network correspondence seems to be is a lot of, like, fleet movements, expected trades or expected ventures. You know, it feels like very much relatively dry information of, like, this ship will be here at around this time, this ship is carrying this cargo, that sort of thing. Conflict with these people at this time, etc.
Okay. Willow's mainly just checking for anything pertinent, so that can be like an ongoing thing that I'm doing. I mean, I also have the map, the enchanted map.
Yeah, do you want to cast Identify on it?
Yes, please.
Okay. I will pull that out. Identify. So.
I'll do it as a ritual.
Yeah. You have plenty of time to do that now.
Mm-hmm.
When you cast the Identify on the map, you find out that it is enchanted with illusion magic to make it appear mundane and unmarked until a command word is spoken. And that command word is surveillance.
Oh my.
And when you mark it, when you speak that word, it will reveal what is secretly written on it. Which I assume you do.
Yes.
Okay. It reveals movements of various fleets. Specifically, or rather, with close attention to detail of sea dragons and the naval fleets of Yonder, Karnath, and Brayland. Less so of Thrain, since they don't really have that much of a naval presence.
Sea dragons, Yonder, Karnath, and what was the other one?
Brayland.
Wow.
Pretty expansive.
Yep. It's mostly keeping track of, like, the Lazar Seas. So, the east coast of Khorvaire. With, like, notes of trade routes for Lyrander and sea dragons and things like that.
Whoa. So are they moving around the map? Like, how does this visual?
No, it's basically like it's notes of where they can be expected to be.
Right. So like frequented routes.
Yeah, frequented routes and like notes of like most recent movements. So for example, there's like a little note at one point of like the Dragon Eye being in Kubara and things like that. Give me another investigation check now that you can. Give me an investigation check for this map specifically.
14.
Okay, 14. So, last it was updated, it was all like sort of heading towards the convocation and the exact points there. There's maybe some notes of Lyrander ships that would be passing around the outside of the archipelago, heading south. Because that's the only way, like, they can. That's the only trade route they can use without, like, risking, the fucking demon wastes on the west coast.
Yeah.
So it's like, which would you rather choose, pirates or Eldritch Abominations?
And our goal is to make it so that they choose Eldritch Abominations.
Well,
Joking.
No, the pirates
Kidding.
are still the pirates are still preferable.
Sorry, I was speaking for someone else. Yep, cool. Question: is it implied that this map is updated by the information that he was getting through his spy network?
It is implied that like Khorvaire was updating this map himself. This was basically his like private record keeping of where everybody is that he has interest in.
Willow laughs.
You do not see the Storm Chaser on this map, I will say.
Figured.
Really did rob him blind. How is he going to recover from this? He can't even have a good sleep. You know, sometimes when something really bad happens, you just want to pass out. He can't even do that. His bed's probably still smoldering.
Keep talking. Keep telling me.
He's going to come back and just find his entire room a complete disarray. Scribbles on the wall from one Veiliad. Who could that be? Definitely not me. And not to mention all of his records, you know, his records of payments and receipts and all that. Absolutely vandalized. I wrote just...
Did you?
Awful little things all over those little papers. I mean, the ones that survived the fire, of course, they were also half and half. Some became kindling, not necessarily the plan in the beginning.
Willow sits back in their chair, like they're just like letting this wash over them.
Also, you have to consider that I broke glass near the door, so he might step on that on his way in. That didn't catch fire.
Not his rug. We got his rug.
Just have to think about the confusion, the fact that his desk was so masterfully picked. Majority of his traps, you know, the ones set off a couple times, but that obviously didn't stop us. You know, masterfully picked open, delicately worked open, and then the bed, the display case, absolutely wrecked, just destroyed. I don't think he can even use that bed frame anymore. Not on the bed, because I think you were distracted at the time getting the whole entire safe out of the wall, so he's got that to do with the hole in the wall. But I missed when I was trying to open that drawer at the bottom there. Yeah, I went wide, and the bed wasn't just on fire. It's in half. It's bisected. And the drawer is half exploded. So I don't think he can use any of that without some major work done.
I think the crew outside hears Willow like bark laughter.
Yeah.
And then like they're kind of crying with laughter by the time N finishes talking.
Yeah, and just serenades you with destruction for a while.
No, it's beautiful, really. Oh, it's amazing to hear.
Vindication.
I think as you're talking, if those guys come in, Willow's beginning to lay out the rug and told it. You guys, do you want to come in? Because Willow could use your help, actually.
Sure.
Yeah, I think if Luca walks in, Willow's going to mention, someone hold up the table, please.
Oh, God. And like tries to a bit.
Hold up the table?
As in pick it off the floor.
Oh,
Luca, help me. I'm dying here.
Luca does it on his own.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna stand back anyway because I remember what that thing does.
Willow unrolls the
What does it do? Varys asks.
You come.
It doesn't. It doesn't explode. Yeah.
Varys like squints. He's gonna make an insight check.
Willow's going to reiterate, if you trust me as your captain, you'll stand on the rug.
I told you it doesn't explode. You're fine.
Yeah.
Come on. You owe me.
Don't you want to stand on Khorvaire rug?
Not if his feet have been on it.
Willow gestures at N. Willow's rug now.
Well, it's very special stolen rug.
Varys pinches his brows and goes, all right, I suppose. Stands on the rug. He needs
N's
to make
poker face is fighting for its life right now.
Yeah, he needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Hope you fail.
Oh my god.
No, 21.
No, he didn't. Okay.
So it's just
There's a brief moment of Varys going, eh, and then he goes, oh, for a second there, I thought I'd step through the carpet.
Hold up. Wait a
Weird
second.
illusion magic. Looks like it.
I'm gonna hit Varys with enlarge reduce.
Oh my god! Oh my god.
When I see that the rug didn't work, I'm gonna hit him with reduce.
Varys suddenly shrinks.
Oh.
He squawks in alarm. What?
Oh, shrinking
What are you
rug.
doing? Just like he's suddenly as short as the table. He goes, "What on earth?"
There it is.
You're the same size as N.
Finally look me in the eye.
Varys looks up.
Yeah, and standing there, hands on their hips, looking down at him.
Willow spins their crossbow and puts it back in their pocket and just continues on. Just walks away.
Don't worry, it'll wear off. Don't let any dust bunnies get you while you're down there.
Are they still divvying up treasure? Like, is there a pile on the desk? Table?
Not treasure, that's like intel and stuff, and I think they would have repocketed it.
Okay.
Yeah. I think Varys just like does a big put upon sigh and is like, suppose I'll just wait this out.
I hope the ship needs to be steered right now. I would love to see him do that one. Just half-sized and only be able to reach the bottom spokes of the wheel. Willow pops back
Get
up.
him a box.
Oh.
Can't see the dash.
It's literally like, I think Willow pops back up like, I think we need to turn.
Oh my god, Varys, there's
Sounds
rocks. There's rocks, Varys. We're gonna hit some rocks.
You know what, Luca? You can take over the wheel for a moment. I'm going to have a sit down.
No, I don't think I...
No, my old knees are no good at the moment. I'm such an old sea dog, he says, while like physically having to like boost himself up to climb and sit on the bed that's been converted into a couch up here. Just a helpless old man.
Oh no,
It
Luca
doesn't
looks
take
like...
that long.
Actually looks like he feels bad.
Don't worry, he will pop back to full size in like a minute.
Yeah, literally, it's like it just takes a minute.
Are we just leaving this here? I'm looking at the rug.
Yeah, and are you standing on it or?
No. I'm not an idiot.
Luca, are you standing on it?
No.
Am I still holding the table, probably?
Are you?
Have you been holding it this whole time?
Well, no one's told me to put it down!
Oh my god.
Luca just standing there awkwardly holding the table.
I think Willow walked past you, saw you holding it, and just let you, and has gone downstairs.
What do I do with this?
I mean, put it down. Probably. Unless you want to carry it around as your comfort table for the rest of the day.
Do I put it on the rug? Is it allowed?
And takes a single step back. Give it a try.
I'll put it on the rug without touching the rug.
Make a
So I don't
dexterity
trust
check to do
any
that.
of you. $11.
Don't think that's quite enough.
No!
Make a wisdom saving throw as your toe steps onto the rug.
That's 22. Okay,
Ah!
I'm good.
Okay. So you feel a weird, like, slight lurch, and then you're like,
Okay, it's just a rug, I guess. I'll put the
Yeah.
table here.
Rug
Can I
with a
pop
weird
back up and shoot
vertigo.
Luca as well?
But you don't know that I...
Can I pop back up and shoot Luca as well? I can hear you walking around the deck.
make a perception check.
Delicate footsteps.
as a 6'2" man.
With your not minus. Oh, damn.
Holy shit.
With your disadvantage stealth.
Okay. Willow, make a stealth check to do that.
This is my last spell slot for the day. If anything happens this evening, I'm stuffed. But whatever.
Menace.
Oh.
I think, Luca, you hear Willow approaching.
Oh, no. I'm gonna...
Oh, I don't have to approach. It's long range. I'm just gonna pop my head up the stairs.
Yeah, but I can
It's
hear
still,
you.
he can still hear you apply the spell. It's got components.
Okay. Yeah.
And coming up the stairs.
Verbal, somatic, yeah, it's like, you still have to say the fucking spell to do it.
I hide behind N.
Okay, Willow pops back downstairs then.
Oof. Shield bearer indeed. Shakes N.
I thought you were the shield.
No, I'm the one who bears the shield, and you're the shield.
Oh, news to me. I'll be a terrible shield.
Yeah, you're kind of not gonna cover a lot.
On you? Absolutely not. On Varys, maybe.
Yeah.
Especially
Varys,
at this
like...
size.
Yeah, especially right now.
Varys rolls his eyes. I'm back to normal now.
Oh, I didn't notice. Are you sure?
Congratulations. You wanna stand up against the wall and we can mark your growth?
Luca looks confused by that.
I think, and like turns to Luca a bit like, what, you never, and then like kind of pauses. Yeah, right. You never grew up according to your memories.
Just been the same size your whole life.
Yeah.
Never been small.
I think, can I make Willow's nat 20 perception mean I hear this conversation? Because I think you hear another burst of laughter from downstairs.
Absolutely.
And is going to explain the concept of measuring your child as they grow to Luca.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah. My papa did it for me. It was a little bit difficult, though, because I tend to fluctuate once I figured out how to increase or decrease my size, so it was more of a monthly thing.
Did you cheat? You seemed like you would.
That's between me and the wall.
What's the time in game?
I'm gonna say late afternoon to eve. So let's pick up as Luca has prepared a large feast. Is the rug still...
Yeah, we put the rug away.
Question. So Khorvaire, he wouldn't... Does he, like, pull the rug up every time he's gonna leave?
No.
Because it was at his desk. So like, is there not like an off switch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Magical off switch?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
then I would have done that.
Okay. So you would have cast Identify ritually on the rug and been able to find its command word to disable it.
It's our security rug now. I love it. I'm gonna get Angel Eye in this thing anyway.
Oh, it's true.
We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. No. Willow will.
I'm gonna add the Mind Mire rug to the contents of the
Mind Mire. I love it.
Amazing.
Contents of the ephemeral chaos.
Hell yeah.
So this implication is that Willow did the Identify spell around when they were doing the other Identify spell, and they just left it live wire while they went downstairs.
Yeah.
Willow's like, I won't accept any of your apologies, but if you get stuck in the rug, that's hilarious.
And now that we've seen Varys shrink, I think Luca and Varys assume the rug shrinks.
I think Varys saw Willow shoot him.
Okay.
I'm not sure though.
Okay.
I'm not sure though, actually. Did you want to... What do you reckon, Zeke?
What?
Varys is hard of hearing.
Did Varys see Willow cast enlarge and shrunken? Or
does he think the rug did it?
That the rug did it. Sorry, I was taking my bra off. It's too hot.
Sorry, I can't hear you. I'm taking off my bra.
Yeah.
Look up. It's breastplate, Luca.
I have a bra underneath.
Why?
Next to the breastplate.
Anyway.
Oh,
For the support.
Yes.
Yeah. Have you seen me run with these things?
This is why you have a disadvantage on stealth.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say yes, Varys saw you cast the spell, and he did feel the difference between stepping on the carpet and succeeding on the wisdom saving throw versus failing the constitution saving throw when the spell got cast on him.
I'm gonna say Luca didn't see that, so he thinks the rug will shrink him. So
It's a shrink rug.
I'm not correcting anyone about this.
I'm not correcting him either. What is the keyword to make it not do that?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I thought you... Sorry, you said it like you had one, so don't worry about it. So the keyword on, off, whatever it is.
Yeah, just...
Some
Willow
cheesy
knows
shit
it.
that Khorvaire would have said. Something cringe. Jaws. Donna.
No.
Joking.
I imagine it's some word in Elven.
Yeah, I was thinking it might not
Aranese.
be common.
Pretentious.
Yeah.
Cool.
We're unlikely to say that just in passing, and if we are, there might be elves aboard the ship, and we might have bigger problems at that point.
It's so true. Oh boy. Yeah, so Willow's going to deactivate it when they come to dinner, basically, so they just step on it, no worries.
Yeah. Okay.
Luca's feast. He brings most of it to the table. And then the most important thing is that he brings everyone a plate with a steak. He places it down and says, "Dire shark steak."
A personal recipe?
No, it's shark. But I thought it would be funny.
It's
shark steaks.
It's literally
shark. Yeah.
It looks at me.
And I'm assuming it's like a mako shark, so it's got that pointy shape that kind of looks like a shark fin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When in the watchful eyes of the Six did you get this?
At the convocation.
I was with you for most of that.
Well, no, the day before the meeting with Captain Frostroot, I went out on my own.
Ah. And looks at the rest of the food. It kind of squints where was he hiding this?
That is what Willow is thinking too. How did I not notice?
How did this get
shark?
smuggled aboard the ship?
When was he holding shark?
I thought it would be funny.
Well, thank you for the meal.
Looks good. Let's eat.
Yep. And we'll happily dig in. Probably be if I like it, will you catch another shark for us? Your bare hands?
I can try. This one wasn't too big. I did cut it up myself, so.
Oh, fancy.
Eating. Willow nods approval, by the way. It's good. Yum yum. I assume.
Tasty meal.
Yeah.
Tastes a bit more like
fresh.
victory than the rest of the day has felt. Ben's probably making a casual conversation to keep the table lively while we eat. We're probably reciting Varys a bit with the destruction they caused once again.
Yeah, there was lots of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Do you bring out the bottles?
I was going to say, I think Willow's going to mention it. They might mention, does shark go with Killjaw's related spirits, whatever it is that you brought?
Yeah. Fine bottles of liqueur.
I guess it's time to find out, huh?
You guys tell me, what do you think Khorvaire had?
Something masculine, quote unquote masculine, you know?
He has such I drink scotch,
Yeah,
even if it hurts my throat.
Scotch is the first thing that came to my mind.
Khorvaire I'm drinking a manly drink, sips it. Yum. He deeply wants an apple martini, but he would never do that to his reputation.
The real reason why he hates Colton Brightwind.
He is free. He's free to be cringe.
That man is a fruit and gets to be a fruit. It's to drink the fruits.
I want to give many sipping on his martini. Yeah,
the fruitiest man I've ever seen, and I'm so goddamn jealous.
You know what? Ryga could even possibly drink. Ryga's probably drinking scotch like water and drinking cocktails like whatever, and freaking Colbercon's like, how are they all so good at this? hate them.
I'm gonna say that Colbercon has like let's say blackstrap molasses rum.
Oh my gosh.
Pirate! I'm a fucking pirate! Yeah, okay, so I think Willow's gonna do the honors of pouring, as they frequently do. And then before we get into it, they're going to pause and mention, we haven't had a toast yet.
Yeah, damn.
Very remiss of us.
Willow's going to think about it for a second, hold on. Raise their glass to a heist well heisted and the fall of Prince Colbercon. And
here. Wink.
You feast and make merry.
Ish.
Merry enough.
Yeah. Oh my god, I just thought that was like Foley of a knock at the door of the storm chamber. The ephemeral chaos, and I was gonna like poop.
Gardenia like, hey. Shoot her immediately. Wrap her in the rug.
Smells good in here.
What's cooking?
Are you in shock?
I'm about to be eating fucking gardens in a minute.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're just making... how does Varys react to, by the way, the news of how we've just desecrated
and like
Colbercon's room?
Holding up the bottle.
He's highly amused.
Puts down the bottle. Mimes breaking the glass to get at the bottle.
He's very entertained and very approving of this.
So funny.
And emphasizing once again, no bed left.
No
bedless.
Bedless behavior from this man.
I do think if there's like space to, it might be time to sort of start looking at the things. Did Varys end up taking the scimitar when I showed it to him? No, he rejected it.
No, he was like, not now. We've still got stuff to do. But now that you are,
Yeah, I want to show Luca the skull as well.
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to actually hand that to him because I think I pocketed everything. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
And do you mind if I'm the one that hands it to Luca?
Whatever, go for it.
Okay. Well, I think scimitar to Varys. I will give the trident to N to look at.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is
just
like
hands
3
that across
knives.
the table.
I think N does actually like get up and kind of play with it a bit within reason of the small space. Yeah.
I think Willow puts out the Dryad Heartwood bookend and starts placing the books that they stole against it, but that's more so for themselves. I think they're going to place Colbercon's perfume on the table near N and say if you ever need to impersonate him. The map is also there, but they don't need to bring that out. And then so what else? Luca's got the comb. Shoes aren't to be brought out at the dinner table. We got the hats, that's okay. The mirror, I think that will get handed to Luca. Turtle shell jewelry box probably right in the middle of the table. Crystal glass goblet. Don't need to
put that in the cupboard.
That can just place in the middle of the table as
should have stored more of those in hindsight.
Contract. Oh yeah, and then we'll hand the crow, the augury crow, to Luca.
Skull, yeah.
The skull.
Not what I'm usually used to receiving, but
apparently got some blood of ball magic, right? And looks at Willow. So figured, might as well hand it to the blood of all expert in the room.
And Willow chucked everyone a gold bar already, but I think you're each going to receive one more. And they will put one back into the Damon Fund.
Nice.
Because we got 9.
Nice. That's 2 each then.
2 each.
Need to get those turned into real money at some point.
They're valid trade bars.
How much are
It's
they
just
worth?
hard to break them.
Yeah.
1 pound of gold trade
Oh no,
bar
not this math again.
Nope. Look, it's fine because I actually have the reference for it. I just need to open it up. Go find equipment. Trade goods.
Yeah.
50 gold
That's
pieces.
looking up. Oh
my god,
that's it's verse. It's 50 gold.
Yeah, one pound of
gold bar.
a 1 pound gold bar is worth 50 gold pieces.
Cool.
Nice.
And the platinum from Meryldine's worth then 50 platinums?
It is worth 500 gold pieces, yes.
So 50 platinums?
Yes.
I think this one goes with my eyes, Luca says, holding the platinum.
Willow takes it back.
Oh, I have something too. And Luca runs downstairs, comes back up. He places the 4 little game pieces onto the table.
I don't remember stealing these.
You didn't. I bought them legally.
Are you sure?
Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Not from the same
Well-
shady lady from before.
No. This was a different.
Shady
This was
lady.
a different. Probably, but I think she made them herself. So I'm gonna pretend that's what happened. So this one is. It looks like it's gonna insult you. So that one's N. This one is a gentleman fish. Looks like it has a beard. That one's Faris. This is the perfect shape, and it's a horse. And he's me. And this one is the cute dog with the big ears. So that's Willow. And they're for everyone, but they're kind of for Willow, because I know you do the thing with the chessboard when you're planning plans. But then I thought once everyone's finished, they can take them because they're really cute.
And there are these little bone carved sort of game pieces.
Willow asks Luca, finished?
Traveling. Finished traveling.
Okay. Willow rolls their eyes, but then sort of takes it. It is cute, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, Anne's just kinda
What's Anne's
watching.
one?
It's a bird that looks haughty.
Anne's just kind of watching
kind
Willow
of
about
round.
this.
No, they accept it. They might, though, turn it around. Does sort of defeat the purpose of a chessboard.
Well, my thought was that no one knows what they're for, so
You do.
I mean, I only
Use-
use the pawns anyway.
Yeah, he does.
So,
Gonna say.
yeah, that's Willow's going to shrug though and take them. Very cute.
well, if you don't want them, I can take them back.
I said very cute.
I think that's acceptance. And the way they scoop them up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm only taking my one, yeah? You guys taking yours, or you give them all to me?
Well, they were for the chessboard. Luca
Oh, okay.
thought
So I think
so.
Yeah, I think it's probably the chessboard's probably like on nearby bench. It just keeps getting moved around. Maybe on the couch. Yep. Yeah, Willow's gonna go. They're just gonna pocket them for now. Keep eating, drinking, whatever's happening.
I imagine we're a little bit after feasting.
Yeah.
So you don't want to put all the crap on the table while you're still eating.
Oh yeah, so true. It's drinking then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just going through the treasures. I think Willow's gonna go through the books.
Can I
yes.
inspect the skull as well?
Oh yes.
I am also just curious about what type of books there are, if you have any
Yes.
information.
Yes. So, you got 12 books. it looks like there are... It's largely like history and religion and some other things. Do you want just the straight list? Actually, I can just paste them into...
Yeah, and we can talk about the ones that seem interesting, I guess, to read. Oh, I want to read all of them.
God.
Oh,
yeah,
dear.
please do. Pretentious motherfucker.
History of House Lyranda in the 10th century historical text. Sovereign's earthly and divine role of the sovereign host in the royalty of Khorvaire theological text. From grape to greatness.
Yeah, that's the one that I just like, I'm not reading this motherfucker. Fuck you.
From grape to greatness, a guide to the wines of yonder, guide to fine wines. Someone else take this. Take it from here.
No, this is your bed.
I'm dealing with magnificent cringe. Hey, I stole it. You guys stole it.
The Great Houses of Galifar, 810 YK, Book of Heraldry. Biography
Can
of...
I read some too?
Yeah,
One each.
Go back and forth. You can take the next one.
Yeah. Biography of Regent Marlex of Yonder.
Lead and Ice, Wisdoms of Farlnan, heretical text.
Dragons and demons walk among us. Roll credits. Heretical text.
Fall of the Takani Empire, historical text.
I'll start again. Recollections of the Scion Sound, historical text.
Rummy.
Sword, Axe, and
Michael.
Lance. A treatise of General Whitburg.
Treatise
of General Whitburg. Book of Military Strategy.
Military strategy.
A bartender's impressions of Carnath, guide to fine alcohols. And, Mim, this one's yours.
Behemoths of the Bitter Sea, bestiary of strange beasts. Sorry, sword, axe, and lance feels like triangle strategy, the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a reference to the weapons triangle from Fire Emblem.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yes.
Thank you. Whitberg.
Luca
Sweet.
takes the bartender impressions of Carnath, kind of flicks through it.
Yeah, we were skimming. I think they're going to start like putting some on the bookshelf. I imagine there's a bookshelf in the on one of the sides of the top deck.
Mm-hmm.
En's kind of eyeing the fall of the Takani Empire, but they don't feel like reading that right now.
Right, yeah.
Luca
but
picks up
for
the
later.
Yes.
Great Houses and puts it next to him and thinks, do you think I'm in here?
Check the back.
Hmm.
See if your name's in there. That would save us some trouble.
Oh, yep. Right here. Luca.
Head jester?
I couldn't even think of a fake surname.
Did you hear Willow?
Yeah, but he was sad that he couldn't think of a name.
Question. The book is from 810. Is that like when the book was published? Or...
Yes. Or at least it is dating to the great houses that were around at the time of 810.
Yeah, so
it's not really like a modern.
Yeah, so what En's gonna say
record.
is, wow, you're way older than you look.
It is. That's what good skincare does for you.
Or being an elf.
Maybe I am. Maybe I just don't. Maybe I had magic surgery on my ears.
Lost your ears along with your arm.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, this is one way to find out. And slaps the book. Moves on.
Can I examine the skull?
Yes.
DDM.
Make a religion check.
Oh, great. My greatest skill. That's a 15, so not bad.
Yeah, pretty good actually. Examining it carefully, you think that this is a tool for sort of ritual divination magic.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it takes a little while for you to sort of examine it fully, but it would let you cast the augury spell for up to 3 times a day.
Oh. I will relay that to everyone. Can I do it now?
You can.
Yeah.
Let me
So it's rechargeable?
Yes, it recharges daily at dawn.
Wow.
Huh.
Let me pull up the spell augury. Willow, you're familiar with augury in the context of weather watching, but not this context.
Yeah.
Basically, takes a casting time of 1 minute. You receive an omen from an otherworldly entity about the results of a specific course of action that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes. And you can get of 4 possible omens. Wheel for good results, woe for bad results, wheel and woe for both good and bad results, nothing for results that aren't especially either good or bad. The spell doesn't take into account any possible circumstances that might change the outcome, such as the casting of additional spells or the loss or gain of a companion. If you cast the spell 2 or more times before completing your next long rest, there is a cumulative 25% chance for each casting after the first that you get a random reading.
Okay, what's something mundane and silly that I can do that I can use to test this magic reading?
I guess going for a swim.
No, I'm going to pick up a grape and then try to divine whether N will catch it when I throw it into their mouth.
You do know that, like...
Is that not how it works?
No.
Okay.
No, that's like slightly too random. It needs to be something that I, the DM, can determine whether it will go good or bad.
Will we be ambushed in the next 30 minutes?
Should we do this after we roll our random encounters so Zeke knows what is going to happen?
I've already rolled.
I was gonna say, like, should we ask it if we're going to have safe passage for the next 24 hours?
Or 30 minutes.
Or 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, will our sailing be smooth for the next 30 minutes?
Okay. You ask the black lacquered crow skull inscribed with faint silver script this question. And Luca, I would like to ask you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, my favorite. Oh, I got a 5!
Oh, no.
The skull does not move, but you hear a voice. Somewhat feminine, distant, hollow. And it says, "Wheel." Very faintly. I would like N and Willow to make perception checks.
Oh my. Hey, what did wheel mean again?
Good results.
Good results.
Oh.
That's a 4.
Willow, please.
17.
Oh.
So, N, you didn't hear anything. Willow, your ear perks as you hear a whispery voice of what sounds like... Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Ten.
It sounded like your grandmother.
Oh. Willow jumps to their feet. I think they were sitting in front of the bookshelf as they were placing books in, and they jump.
And jumps
and
up too. Like, ready to fight. Looks at Luca.
Am I okay?
Yeah, you're fine. As far as you can tell, there was just like an unfamiliar voice that spoke from the crow skull.
Oh,
But it said wheel. Good results.
Luca looks up like he's gonna be happy and then notices that and Willow are the opposite of that. What? It said we're gonna be
that's
smooth sailing?
it's good, right? Hands looking at Willow. Did you feel something? Did you notice something?
Necromancy. Willow doesn't say that, but that's in their head. They're just like what they observed about the skull last time was that it's different to what they know because it's blood of Vol. Blood of Vol pertains to necromancy.
It's a different sort of approach to magic.
Can I make an insight check?
Yeah, I think En's been staring long enough at Willow to...
I'm gonna say Willow's drawn a conclusion of their own based on that. I don't know whether they're going to think to Arcana check. I think they might. Look, my wisdom save was flat, like half.
Mm-hmm.
So
I would say you succeeded.
Yep, I think Willow's not going to. They vaguely get an impression of what that means. They're probably going to.
What do you think it means?
Yeah, tell the group.
Whatever. What Willow suspects at the moment is that whatever form of communication or divination that this stems from involves liaising with the dead. Hence why it would take on the voice of someone who's died.
Now, not knowing that this is the conclusion Willow has drawn and is probably going to speak up. Not tracking us, is it?
Who are you asking?
Willow. Is Willow the one who had the reaction?
Willow takes a deep breath and I think we'll kind of go over to Luca. What did you ask it?
If we would be sailing smooth for the next 30 minutes.
And Wheel is...
Good sign.
So, yes.
Should be.
Did you hear it say anything?
Luca did, right?
Yeah,
I was
you
the one
heard
who
it say
cast it?
wheel,
Yes.
just in a different voice.
So not the same voice that Willow heard?
You don't know.
Okay.
Willow's going to ask, whose voice?
A non-familiar voice.
It wasn't someone I knew. A nice lady's voice. Can I make an insight check and educated guess?
I don't know if you'd be able to educatedly guess that one.
Educated guess. I know
about the voice, the quality of the voice?
I know that the Blood of Vol deals in necromancy, and I know that it is likely drawing on spirits that are of people who passed. So, given the reaction...
It's not unheard of. Yeah.
Yeah. I could possibly guess that this might be someone Willow knows, given their reaction. But
is it someone I know, or is it someone you know? That's what I'm curious about. Like, is it a different voice?
You would not be able to determine that from what you have observed at the moment. You're not able to hear what Luca
Can I
hears.
ask? I know, that's what I'm asking. If Luca can do a check to see if there's anything about the vocal quality that he can discern. I thought that's what Sarah was asking, the kind of check you could do. Because if it doesn't sound like an old lady, then it might not be grandma.
Well, yeah, for example, if I knew who the voice was, could I say this was Dick from down the road's voice? And then Willow can say, oh, but I heard Grandma Willow's voice, like that kind of thing.
Oh, I was just asking if you could probably determine anything else about the vocal quality, in case it sounds young.
Okay.
That's kind of one of the main things.
Yeah, you make a description for it. It sounded like some relatively young woman's voice.
Oh. Okay. I will say that it sounded like a nice young woman.
You would guess probably not older than you guys.
Yeah.
And just standing here like I didn't hear shit, so.
Willow looks at Anne like, you didn't hear anything, and gives that.
Yeah, and just shrugs.
Shit face.
Shakes her head.
Did you hear something?
Voice of my grandmother.
Oh. Can I make an insight check to know if that's news to them?
Oh, Willow doesn't look like they're shocked.
Oh, okay.
Seems
Sorry.
like it spouts familiar voices, a particular persuasion.
You might have just heard the voice of someone that means something to you.
I mean, there's
Sorry.
still 2 more charges if you want to hand it to somebody else to ask a question.
Okay. Willow?
Does Willow
I don't think Willow wants to
Yeah.
take it at the moment.
Anne will
Yeah.
take it, I think. 'Cause now Anne is feeling curious.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, what will I hear? If we're fucking around with this necromancy magic already. What to ask it, though?
You just ask the same question, right?
Question though, what kind of questions could you ask it?
Any course of action, like what will happen if I go fishing? What will happen if I do this and this? If I go into battle? Or just like...
Will I be
what
safe?
Yeah. Things like that.
Can you ask about other people?
Yeah. It's about a course of action that you or people near you take.
Can we ask about people who aren't near us? Do they have to be within a certain...
Well,
physical
near you
space?
as in that you know of.
Could I hypothetically ask about Orca?
Do you want
Or
to?
Gardenia? Or... Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, can someone here, anyone maybe, ask about some storm chaser? Who would want to do that?
I will let you know if you give me a question. I will let you know if it's valid or not.
Okay. And what question do you want to ask the creepy skull? Luca doesn't think it's creepy. Luca thinks it's kind of pretty
Oh.
and nice in a way. Luca actually kind of likes it.
Will I sleep well tonight? We'll just do that. We'll keep it simple.
Okay.
And staring at it for like 5 minutes, trying to think
Will
of
they think of a question?
Yeah, like,
Okay.
how do I utilize this to my favor? I can't. Nothing within 30 minutes is going to be useful to me, I don't think, unless something really goes wrong in 30 minutes. So,
Mm-hmm.
And can I ask a quick question too? What's the results again? Wheel and
Whoa.
Whoa.
woe and woe wheel.
Yeah, and nothing.
Both or nothing.
Nothing. Okay.
Yeah. I think and you ask it to a question of, will I sleep well? The answer comes in a... Give me a wisdom saving throw.
$19.
Oof.
The fond and familiar tones of your father's voice say, wheel.
Yes, and takes a very deep, sharp breath and kind of closes their eyes, squeezes them a bit, nods, and hands the skull back to Luca.
Does
Yeah.
Varys hear anything? I'm curious.
And did we?
Yeah.
Give me perception checks.
15.
Is that the right one? Perception? Yeah. 15 as well.
Luca, you hear that same voice.
Okay.
I think Willow, you hear the voice of old Miss Jenkins.
Uh-oh. Okay. Willow's going to take a few steps back.
And then has handed the skull back to Luca at this point.
Yeah.
Well, confirmed. It definitely seems to be fishing for significant voices, one way or another. And is there anything left to drink?
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
And it's gonna throw back something, whatever's in reach. That's potent.
People who love you, giving you guidance.
Oh,
didn't hear it.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Okay, I think... Is anyone looking like they're going to use it again?
No.
Okay.
Luca's kind of admiring it, but...
Willow's mind is kind of racing.
Do we notice? Is your mind racing visibly?
Yeah, is the spool unspooling on the floor?
Yeah.
Is the brain unspooling, rather? No. Well, they look panicked a bit. They look like they don't want to be near it.
I'll put it away.
Yeah, maybe let's put it away for now.
Yeah.
Doesn't really match the aesthetic of the table.
Yeah.
And pours another drink and slides it towards Willow. Tentatively.
Yeah, Willow's gonna probably take it en route to like standing at the other side of the room and having a drink.
I'll take it downstairs. Sorry.
That's a useful tool.
Put it away in my belongings, I guess. It seems like I'm the only one comfortable with it.
No, if N says that, Willow says under their breath, if you want to find out who's died. Don't know if anyone hears them. Drink, drink, drink!
Am I alone?
Yeah.
Downstairs, briefly. Can I ask a question?
Yeah,
Use the last charge.
sure.
So you should.
Can I DM you the question?
Yeah.
While you're doing that, N has picked up the trident and, like, dodged around any obstacles to have a free pass to Willow and says, think fast, and throws the trident at you.
At me?
Like, sideways, like, handle.
Oh god, I thought you...
Not spearing you.
He threatened me, yeah, no, okay, I'll do sleight of hand or something.
Yep, you catch it.
Okay.
I would say yes.
What happens to the glass you were holding?
I think that I'm holding it with the other hand.
Oh, very nice. Handsomely done. Is there a
Okay.
room around?
So.
Do I need to rephrase that? Or can
No.
that go through? Yep, okay.
I think the answer is wheel and woe.
Okay. That's to be expected.
Anne's found a broom and is like, want to fight about it?
I think Willow's going to toss the trident back to you and pull out this sword.
Not your style? And says dual wielding large sticks now.
Knife style? Was that?
Not your style.
Not your style.
Oh, knife style.
How does the voice in question of mine make me feel? Can I just figure that out?
Make another wisdom saving throw.
16.
Ooh.
It's Strange, now that you've heard it a few times, you don't recognize it. You couldn't put a name to it, but something in it feels familiar. Makes you feel a little bit homesick.
No, I suppose that could be said about anyone, so... Into my bag you go, little guy.
Think, out on deck, Varys calls and says, something that you might want to come see.
And Willow with broom and sword crossed.
You better have been using the trident. Willow was daring you for an actual fight.
Oh, yeah, I'll use the trident then if Willow seems up to it. Well,
yeah.
So the trident is crossed with your sword. And it's like, yeah, I've been practicing. Yep. And then we... your life is saved this eve. And gives you the eyes, a little jab. And then puts aside, like, okay, be serious. The rocks I was joking about earlier today have now manifested. Let's go.
Yes, I think Willow downs the rest of their drink and puts it on the table. Heavy. And we'll go outside to see what freaking surprises await us now.
I'm coming too, I think.
Make a perception check, everybody.
Can I use my spyglass or no?
Yeah, you can use your spyglass for advantage.
14.
Did I hit the right button? I didn't
11.
hit any button.
Ooh.
12.
If Varys gets a 13, we have it.
Varys got a 24 to see it in the first place.
Right, okay.
He's doing his job.
For him.
Takes a while to come into view for all of you. And you spot it first, then Willow. Luca, you are the last to spot it, but out in the distance, under the waves, there is a bloom of pale blue-green light. As you slowly come closer to it, you see a roughly 60-foot radius blob drifting with the current of jellyfish. Luminescent, just gliding below the waves. Their bells gently pulsing every now and then as they are carried by the currents.
And it's like pretty, but also like leans towards Willow or Varys a bit. Like they're safe, right?
As long as you don't try to go swimming with them.
Luca looked like he was about to lean over and try and touch them. Oh, why?
They might sting you.
Badly?
Certainly
They're
very
circle.
itchy.
How can they sting?
Give it a go, Luca.
Sticks his porcelain arm in?
Well, make a sleight of hand check.
That's 13. Can I reach?
Yeah.
Yeah?
You are able to reach down carefully and just poke a jellyfish. Obviously, with your porcelain arm, you have some limited ability to, like, sense pressure and such.
Mm-hmm.
You jab a jellyfish.
But hey, it's just like a little... You give it a little tap and it bloops away.
And flinches back like they were half expecting it to leap out of the water and latch on Luca's arm.
No.
He keeps poking.
Bloop, bloop.
He looks at everyone with, like, the biggest smile.
Well, someone's made a new friend.
Suppose you have an unfair advantage.
Can I pick one up?
Make a sleight of hand check.
No, I'm asking Varys. Is it safe?
I suppose with your porcelain arm, but if you let it dry out too long, it'll die.
No, he won't do it. That's too mean. He's gonna just keep poking
How
them.
long are like the little tendril things that come out of a jellyfish? Like, if Luca pulled one out, would it be able to reach me? Would it try? How aggressive are these things?
These ones, not.
There are aggressive ones?
There are some that hunt.
And like grits their teeth in a grimace and a squint. Wildlife.
Luca and En aren't really familiar with like sea animals, are they?
No.
No.
What with being from a city and wherever
Amnesia.
Luca's from.
And amnesia.
Also, I don't imagine there are as many jellyfish up in the frigid north.
There are, just...
Yeah.
I don't think you live near the sea.
Yeah, that too.
Oh,
Luca is going to be here for a while.
yeah. They sure are pretty.
Are the skies
Is
still
this sort
clear?
of- Is this the sort of thing that goes in the captain's log? I saw a swarm of jellyfish.
They're called a bloom.
I love that.
A bloom of moon jellyfish.
Pretty.
Thought you might like them.
Willow thinks they're cute. That's all fair and good. I think they're going to sort of walk past En and tap them on the shoulder with their sword and say, "You were saying," and continue over to the other side of the deck.
Oh. With this gorgeous backdrop,
One and only.
you're on.
And you are not proficient with a trident.
No, I am not. But I'm gonna
Is
pretend.
a trident its own, like, special type of weapon?
Yeah,
Yep.
it's a martial weapon.
So I'm proficient with it.
Yeah.
Yep. No, I'm well aware.
So surprised. I'm surprised.
And is
You know
well
what?
aware.
I don't know if we need to roll anything for the trident versus sword thing, but do we need to?
If you want to.
Might as well see what happens.
Sure, what do I
I think
roll?
once I see... Wait.
I
Once I
think-
see that they're fighting, I'm gonna, like, quietly toddle over, just, like, shake my hands off and just, like, gently adjust En's form so that they can put up a fighting chart.
Yeah, this would be a straight strength roll for En.
Nice. It was always going well for me. Yeah, I'm dead. Hey, not as bad as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
That's a
Oh,
26 to 14.
I got a nat 20 on that one.
Yeah, you would, like... It's so easy for you. En barely knows how to hold this thing, like, at all. And it is so easy for you to find, like, gaps in their stances. So, like, you're just like, tap, you're dead, tap, you're dead, tap, you're dead, again.
At this point,
Yeah.
you've killed all of my personas.
While they're playing, can I cast Hold Person on Willow?
What does that mean?
You can try.
Yeah.
You can try.
Yeah.
Let me do something first.
Yeah.
I don't know what hold
Okay.
person is, but it sounds restrictive. I think after successfully showing off with En and killing all of their personas, Willow's going to reach into their pocket and say, "Try this one," and hand En the Biesk Ore sword instead.
Oh.
More your
Are
size.
you proficient with short swords? And
No.
as a warlock. Nope.
Are you
Also
proficient
no.
with any weapon?
These
Daggers.
hands!
Yeah.
I'm
Basically.
proficient with simple weapons.
Yeah.
But I don't think a short sword
Unfortunately.
counts.
Nope.
What are
It's
Like daggers and a bow.
spears.
Yeah. This sword looks kind of different, doesn't it? It's got like a black blade, does it?
It's got sort of a shimmery purple to the steel.
And like pouts their lip and tests the weight of the sword a bit. What's this made of?
Metal.
Thanks, Luca.
Happy to help.
Gathered that much. What made you pick it out?
We found it at the barrow.
All right.
It's sort of like you.
And squints at it and squints low.
Willow grins at you from a distance. Proficient with slaying aberrations.
Huh. And stares at it for a beat, again, thinking about their recent encounter and themselves.
Willow's gonna start if you're gonna pause for two. Willow gesture at you.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, and start.
Yeah.
I'm immediately gonna cast Hold Person on
Okay.
Willow.
Willow, make a wisdom saving throw
Yes.
against Luca's spell DC.
I got an 8.
Cool. Post hold person into the chat, please. Target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be paralyzed for the duration. So, Willow, you start going forward, and then suddenly your whole body like locks up as Luca speaks a spell.
And notices that and like kind of tries to stop because that's weird. That's a weird thing to happen. Kind of stumbles with the weight of the sword. Probably inches away from Willow. Squints.
Why is Luca testing me?
I was just trying to make it funny so N could win one.
And looks around now.
How long do you leave Willow trapped?
Well,
I rolled a 19. I know it's you, huh?
yeah. You can
Can
see
I
he was
use-
just trying to have fun, but
Can I use...
You could
Can
try
I
and roll
use
another
anything while I'm
wisdom
like this?
saving throw.
Can I use
it's
any
like-
magic while I'm here?
if it was,
What?
it didn't land the way it wanted to, Luca would have dispelled it pretty quickly.
So you're only stuck for like 6 seconds before Luca reads the room and is like, sorry. Drops the spell.
Willow looks at you. Well, that's one way to get me stabbed.
Well, now we know.
Since you want to get involved, Willow's going to gesture to Luca to go against N instead.
That's,
Yeah, I want to use the sword you gave me on you.
yeah.
Me? Is that
Yeah,
is that Willow?
gestured the sword at you.
Willow rolls their eyes. No more interference from the sidelines. Fight Varus if you must.
Yeah, he's right there.
I already beat him.
Once.
He's recovered since then. Look at him.
That's true.
Leave me out of it. Whatever it is.
He's had enough for shit for today. Oh, watch and learn. Maybe you'll pick up something. And says, trying to flourish with the sword.
Yeah. To attack you, make a straight dexterity check.
Well, that's a little better.
It's marginally better, yes.
You got an 18.
14.
You got a 14. I still win, but you do better.
Yes, I don't completely tuck the trident almost into the ocean because you twisted out of my hands.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. How heavy is this thing?
The sword itself it's like a regular short sword, you're just unfamiliar with it.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I think Willow would have tossed the trident to Luca when they said, like, go have your own fight then.
Yeah, Luca's like spinning it.
Yeah.
It's more your size anyway.
I do think Willow's got the energy of, like, within low-key training them as they go now. That they did the Nat 20 kind of like be like, I'm better than you, but then this one it's like, I'm better than you, but I can help.
Yeah, the N has moments where they're kind of being goofy with it, like trying to do stupid tricks with the sword, but they're also obviously like, you can tell they've got focus when we're actually like in it, and they're trying to pick up what you're teaching them.
I think Varys calls Luke over to help him put down the anchor.
Yeah.
Time to rest for the night.
Sets the trident aside.
Feel sorry for Luca. Mim feels sorry for Luca.
Yeah. Doesn't understand how to have fun with people.
Why didn't paralyzing you during a sword fight work better?
It was supposed to be like he tied your shoelaces together kind of thing.
I'm just surprised because he's on thin ice.
It seemed like the kind of thing Willow would appreciate, like a joke. Luca doesn't know they have hang-ups. Yeah.
It's alright. I mean, Willow's not mad at you. They just kind of like, yeah, doesn't matter.
That wasn't the right move.
You're fine.
No worries. Either way, it's just like, it's fine.
Yep. Fine.
Go. Varys is calling you for help.
Yeah, I'll help Varys.
Luca helps Varys drop the anchor. As the current drifts
Are the jellyfish still around?
Jellyfish away. They're like further away from you now. But it's about time to rest for the night.
Yeah, I think N holds onto the sword a bit longer even when we're done. Just seems like they want to hold on to it a bit longer.
I think Willow's gonna probably ask you, you want to keep it?
Nah, I don't think
keep practicing.
I think it's any good in my hands, but...
Well, nothing's good in anyone's hands until they know how to use them.
Yeah, I guess. And touches at the cheek. Same could be said about everything else I can do.
You're in the high seas. Learn how to wield a blade. Might save your life one day.
Yeah, when I impersonate Khorvaire. Assuming he can fight with a sword, but I won't assume anything about him. Anything that requires skill.
I'm gonna do a distant insight check on Luca, just watching him work.
Yeah, 20.
I rolled a 20.
Okay.
I think on that you make eye contact with Luca as he like glances longingly back at you and N.
Not longingly, but like
you've got the puppy eyes.
I think frustrated is a better, but at himself you can tell.
Yeah.
So I can tell Luca's falling on his own trident, so to speak.
Not so much, but it's just
joking.
like I fucked up. Me.
Again.
Pouty at himself. He's trying.
Willow is aware, and I believe even on a nat 20, like very aware that he made the dinner, he did the augury thing, and that resulted in a bad reaction. He did that spell just then, and that resulted in a kind of semi-reaction, and they're just taking this all on board, as well as the thing he said over dinner about like when we stopped traveling together. They are so aware of you.
Then peering over at Willow.
What time of night is it, by the way?
Gonna say like around 9ish, 10ish.
I think Willow's gonna say under their breath, I don't know if I can spend another hour like this. To N.
Well, take it at your pace. I'm here if you need me. I'm here if you want me. And I'm out if you don't. They put down the sword, like blade down, and rest their hands atop the hilt.
Willow side glances you. So dramatic. And then, like, sort of walks over. I think Willow's going to, while we made meaningful, longing eye contact anyway.
No.
I'm joking. Your frustrated eye contact, which Willow's going to gesture at you and motion for you to come inside.
Passes my pile of ropes to Varys.
Immediately.
Yep. Do you remember when I handed the pile of logs to N? This is basically the same thing.
And Willow is implying that N should stay here.
Yeah.
Alright, and we'll let you pass them by and then continue practicing sword motions on the dock.
Varys can help with that.
With his new scimitar.
Yeah, deck, not dock. We are not docked.
Thank God. Oh. Okay. I think Willow's going to bring Luca into roughly the same place that they had the little argument. They'll sit back at their side of the table. And Varys doing their little sword slinging thing outside.
What would Varys?
I think Varys is taking a break.
Yeah.
Okay. Can he inform N?
Yeah, he's like giving instructions while smoking his pipe.
Varys comes over, or Ed comes over to Varys, pokes him lightly with the sword. Okay, you're not an aberration. Okay, teach me something about this boat.
Aww.
Varys just like huffs a laugh and goes, okay. First of all, let's work on how you're holding that sword.
Okay. Okay, Uncle.
Holding it like a dagger, like backhand.
Ice pick grip.
Not even. It's like
Ed holds it up like, am I doing something wrong? Holding the sword upside down.
Doing everything wrong.
Yeah.
Like this? Okay, Willow?
Yeah. Am I allowed to sit?
Does he ask that?
No. Not out loud, at least. He gestures like, am I sitting?
Willow gestures like, yeah, duh.
Okay. Luca sits, pours a drink. Small one for each of them. I don't know Khorvaire, but this rum is very telling.
I don't think Willow's drinking it yet.
Neither is Luca.
They are lightweight, so if they have more than two, then they're fucked. But they'll swill it, at least, as a little punctuation to the conversation. I think Willow's going to probably open up the conversation by asking, I don't think you told me the full extent of what you discussed with Orkhan.
Well, if you can trust my memory on it. Luca will retell basically everything in detail. No holds barred, or whatever the phrase is.
So, including, so obviously you told, Mim's asking, you told Willow that we're going to Karnath, you told Orkhan that we're going to Karnath?
I believe I did, right? Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you, would you have mentioned the thing about Coulton being, cold? Or unfriendly?
No, I don't think you did at the time.
I did not at the time.
Would you now?
No, can I test the waters, see how Willow's responding to it? The conversation in general?
They seem like they're flatly taking on information that you're receiving, you're giving them. Intel.
Yeah. Then probably no holds barred. Cards on the table, or everyone else's phrases, whatever they are.
I think at that, Willow's face does shift a little.
Can I tell what it is?
Can you roll a dice?
Yeah, can I?
Roll.
Insight.
Roll.
Insight.
Yeah.
16.
Yeah, I'll roll a persuasion just for the vibes, but... Yeah, no, not very persuasive. I think you can clearly tell that there is something on Willow's face that's both, oh, I hate to hear that, and also, I knew it.
Mm-hmm.
Confirmation. It will force them to take a swig of their drink, actually. They look a bit like... It's a bit of a shift on their face as they think about it. Willow's probably going to mention now... Correct me if I'm wrong. There's something you want to say?
Luca, like, blows a breath, like, yeah, where to start? Well, only if you want to hear it.
I don't think I could wait another second for the axe to drop, so by all means.
Axe? Never mind. Well, last time before, I had notes with me to tell me what to say. But you didn't seem to like that too much, so...
Oh no,
I
just read them the other night, actually. In the absence of an apology recently, I decided to read over those ones. Honestly, it was quite enlightening about the current situation.
Luca tilts his head like...
You're considerate to a fault. You're apologizing for imagined scenarios, paranoid about upsetting me, which is what made your actions the other day so strange and jarring initially. I even recall you sitting at attention when you apologized back then. When you're bracing for negative reactions, you tend to take on that carriage. I assume it's a holdover from your army days, so I try not to take it too personally.
Luca kind of shrinks like he's trying to unstraighten his shoulders.
Will gesture. You're doing it right now. I take it.
I don't
You're
need
friend
to.
Of my fallout, yes? Me being upset with you, which is strange, because I gave you all the pieces and you took all those pieces and arranged a situation that you knew would upset me. Honestly, if I didn't know you any better, that could read as quite vindictive. But in your defense, you thought you were doing me a favor, and if I hated you afterwards, it wouldn't matter, because I am temporary, correct? Traveling with me is temporary. There is an end to this journey in your mind.
Luca nods.
But I know that it bothers you more than anything to think of me as temporary, so... You understand the idea of respecting my privacy and would accept nothing less of you. I know that you understand what makes a team work. You were the one who told Damon not to look into my past, despite that being, tactically disadvantageous. And you understand that I would do the same for you, as I stopped Damon from looking into your past upon request. So why would you do such a thing if you knew it would upset you and me, and you knew it would shatter the hard-won trust between us? Willow tips their head at Luca in a way that says, I know the answer, but do you want to say it?
Do they want me to say it?
They are basically asking, do you want to say it?
Or shall I?
Because it's temporary.
No. Temporary? You're not rude to someone that you only meet once and will never meet again. Surely you wouldn't meet someone randomly and decide to do that.
Well, no, but in the scope of things, it's still temporary.
So temporary excuses hurting somebody, I assume. No, sorry, me seeing you in a vicious way. Me disliking you at the end of this.
Luca nods.
Luca, I know sabotage when I see it. It's sort of a specialty of mine, yes?
Yes? Luca seems confused. Why would you bring that up?
Luca, make a wisdom saving throw. Or rather, actually no, this would be a charisma saving throw.
Ooh. 22.
You are not sure what Willow is getting at, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't still say what you wanted to say. What you wanted to apologize for.
I think Willow might keep talking if you don't cut in, though. Because there's them sort of musing aloud.
I mean, Luca is curious about what they meant by the sabotage thing, but...
I don't know if you might remember, because N kind of said it, didn't it?
I've already described this to you. I already talked you through this.
Yeah, N described it, so I wonder if he could do like a little thought, if it sounds familiar. Something N said.
Do you think he would recall God? Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been 2 weeks for us, but it's been like 1 day for Luca.
Yeah. Something like sabotaging my own chances for happiness or something.
I suppose so. Though I have noticed a sort of radial effect that you tend to have. It's not enough for you to fall on a sword. I need to be holding it, which poses many more questions. Is it because you resent me? I clearly force you to reflect poorly on yourself. Or is it envy? I seem to inspire that in you more than anyone. Surely it bothers you to hear me sift through all the memories of people I was once close to. Or is it protectiveness, that you see me as a civilian or as a cadet, as a Cameron, was it? Or self-centeredness, in the way that sacrifice can be self-centered. You are stubbornly committed to your own version of events. I cannot blame you for that, obviously. You have so little to work with. But it has an area of effect, and I am included in it, projected onto by it, and it's... well, it's awkward. Anyway, you were saying something?
It was, but... sorry, I need a moment to realign my thoughts.
Take your time. Willow takes a drink. How does Seeker Luca feel? You know what? I might chuck an insight check at you. No, I'm not going to. I'm so sorry. This has to be Willow's, like... I say what I say kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm sipping my little sip. Waiting for you to think of what to say back. I think it's fair if Luca buffers too. If that's...
Yeah, probably a minute. Not like a literal minute, but like a moment.
I did just slam like a bunch of concepts at you.
Before I begin to figure out all of that, sorry for betraying your trust, and I know actions are more important than words, so I will try to do better by you in future, and I suppose now I have a very detailed understanding of what I did wrong from your perspective that I can reevaluate myself.
Did I? Willow thinks. Did I say anything productive about that?
A little. I don't know if Luca's used to hearing what was said. When I think about what I want going forward, there's limitations on what I can kind of conjure up, obviously. But you have things that can be conjured up, and that's nice. So I was trying to at least do that for you, so that if and when my things are broken and damaged, at the very least, your things would be nice.
but that just disregards how you want to approach your things, and build or rebuild or discard. So
it does, and you understand this already.
Luca nods.
And I know that you understand this already.
Yeah, I suppose.
Now I'll do an insight check on Luca. No, I think Willow might actually say to you, because you're saying basically like you tried to do something nice for them to help mend with their old crew, right? Because when shit hits the fan with you, then at least I have somewhere else to go, or whatever that is. Is that what you said?
Not exactly, but basically. It's like... Okay. Not exactly. But yes.
Okay. Whew, missed that one by
yeah. What are you looking for?
What's your vibe? How do you respond to what I just dumped on you? Have you processed any of it?
He is processing. I think that's the main thing you get. He's trying to understand. And, like, he's trying to find the places to put those thoughts.
Okay. Well, I think Willow's might be thinking back on themselves like, okay, maybe came on too strong. There's a lot of concepts to throw at Luca. That's a big word for Elmer.
Yeah.
They'll reel it back, I guess.
No. At the very least, you can tell he's open to listening to whatever you have to say.
Mm-mm.
So
I'm at an impasse between like over-explaining from Willow's perspective or letting Lucas sit with it.
What would Willow's preference be in this situation?
Willow wants to solve something, and they haven't felt like they've solved anything.
Then, in that case, I would say they should go forward with...
Yeah.
Yeah, they should talk.
Okay, not talking will not solve anything.
Yes.
Whereas talking might solve something.
Yeah, Willow will probably say, and you made those decisions based on your very limited knowledge of my relationship with the Storm Chaser.
Luca nods. You don't... You seem like you... miss them?
Okay. And?
But you don't seem ready to confront it, so...
So you've decided to do that for me?
I thought it would be preventing you from coming up against something that you weren't ready to handle yet.
What if I told you that your responses, your information from Orkan is something I can't handle yet? And that me asking you not to speak to them was hoping to buy myself the time to begin to handle it on my own terms.
That makes sense.
In fact, that same day I was at the Shore Song, I was thinking to myself, I can handle it. I came back, I celebrated. I was relatively sure that if Colton Brightwind marched into my boat, I could handle him. And then I spoke to you. And I remembered all at once that I am not ready to meet up with my old crew. I am not ready for another argument. That I cannot actually just go there and pull my crossbow out on those there. I won't be able to convince anyone of anything. I can't even convince my own crew to listen to me. Simplest instruction, I would... 4 days since we set out. 2 threats of mutiny. You understand? Half of the journey of going home is willing myself to go there. The Storm Chaser is no different. And now I'm running again. And it stings very badly.
I'm sorry. I didn't want that for you.
But you caused it. In parts. You can see Willow's anger ebbing in and out, like it doesn't know how to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Not only you, it was also me. That's not the point that we're trying to make her so... Willow's got a headache. What's done is done. Cannot be undone. We can only move forward and work with what's to come. Oh, that rhymes. But in the interim, perhaps you could stop. Willow's gesturing vaguely at him.
Luca doesn't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either. I'm trying to find the word. You can stop, like, they don't know what they've been telling him to stop doing. It's like, you know the thing that Zeke called longing?
Mm-hmm.
I was treating you like someone who was probably going to leave my life at some point. And even if that's true, that doesn't mean I need to have a bad relationship with you in the interim. So I would like to go forward, attempting to treat you like someone who means something to me. And to do that, I have to rectify what I did wrong by you. So in the interim, is that what Willow said? I'll try not to fuck up your life any more than I have.
No. I need you to stop using language like that. I need you to stop punishing yourself using my life. Using me. I said earlier, you keep handing me swords to fall on. I don't want to be holding those swords. If you listen clearly to me, I am not... I don't like... There's no catharsis for me in punishment, Luca, at all.
Luca seems a little bit confused by that. Because he's not really, in his perspective, saying anything about punishment.
Oh boy, it is hard to unpack here. Willow's like looks at you like, oh my god. Willow's going to say to you, we passed the Dreadhold earlier. Do you know that I didn't even particularly find any solace in Warford going there after everything he did? Because what does it accomplish? He's going to rot there for 100 years. Come out, is he going to be better? Is he going to be worse? Does it accomplish anything? I don't want the Whisperers to suffer. Does it make things better? Does it make things worse? No, I am a results-oriented person, and punishment accomplishes nothing. Doesn't even make me feel good. Couldn't even vortex warp you off this boat without feeling bad. Worse about it, because what does it accomplish? What does that's the thing you keep doing accomplish for anyone? How are you... Whose forgiveness are you seeking? What happens when we get to Karnath and you have to apologize for all of the wrong that you have done? Are you going to offer up your neck to every other person? That is the axe that is falling. Do you understand?
He does not.
You don't.
Or does he? Let's roll a dice.
I think this would be an insight check.
Let's go with that.
Let's do insight.
That's a 19.
That's pretty good.
Willow, what do you mean?
What do you mean? Luca's, okay, how do I say this? Luca's like, I'm so sorry, I fucked up. I'm a fuck up on your life. I'll try not to fuck up again. Energy is very like, it holds so much emotional weight over Willow. You know? It is difficult to exist in someone's vicinity when they are constantly trying to live up to something that Willow's not even holding over his head.
Your apologies feel like they are demanding Willow to be righteous about this or vengeful about this in a way that Willow is never.
I would say genuinely, it's possible that Luca cannot see what is happening too. I don't even, like Mim is saying, like it's not even unreasonable for Luca to not kind of comprehend that. So honestly, when Willow says you don't get it, they can continue if you'd like. It's just
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe they can see that Luca's really struggling.
No, Willow's going to acknowledge that Luca is not absorbing this.
He's trying so hard.
No, I know he's trying. Willow knows he's trying. Willow's going to massage their head a bit. Let's take it back to step 1. Okay, Willow's got one thought.
That's rare.
It's... Now's not the time.
One thought. They usually have 100.
Jokes. Yeah, no. Okay. I think Willow knows that this conversation won't go anywhere for as long as they keep trying to explain it. So they're going to try a different approach, maybe. Willow's going to say, things will become clearer in time. When you find your memories, when you learn about your context, when you find history, when you read more, when you talk more, the more life you live will permit you to see what I'm trying to say to you and what I'm trying to explain. That is our end goal. Maybe I could leave you with a question. Does Luca seem receptive to Willow giving him, air quotes, a question?
Yeah, I think he's still confused, but yeah.
Willow's counting on the fact that you're going to be confused, basically. You know what? Wind it back. Willow's going to say 2 questions. What's your oath?
My oath is one undertaken, be guided by my own divinity, and to commit myself to a path of redemption.
Redemption from what? That's connected to the first question. That's not the second question.
To the things I have done wrong.
Since waking up again or prior?
Prior.
So you were seeking redemption for Soldier Luca?
Yes.
The imaginary Soldier Luca. Not in an invalidating way, he is mostly a ghost.
Luca tips his head slightly. Like, I know I can't divorce myself from what I did before just because I don't remember it.
Yeah, but it is hard to take accountability for it when you don't know what it is.
That's part of why I'm going back.
Of course. Things will become easier then, but until then, I do wonder if that'll be useful to you. Willow perks. You sort of recognize their body language from the time that they did a lesson with the elemental.
Okay.
Willow's going to perk up and say, then I have a scenario for you and the follow-up question.
Good nods.
Picture a scene. Okay. There is a craftsman in his workshop. And before I get into this, I should probably explain it. I believe that stories are a good way of teaching and internalizing when you struggle with concepts. We all have many years of that kind of backstory, that kind of lore to derive knowledge from, and you have very little. So, reasonably speaking, giving you more should allow you to tap into some inner wisdoms. That's explaining the logic. May I continue?
Yes.
Okay. So, there is a man in a workshop. 2 soldiers visit that workshop. The first, boisterous, noisy, and demands or makes a joke about having a discount on wares. Now, of course, a joke from a soldier about discounted wares holds a bit of different weight compared to, say, a regular joke. You understand why?
Yes.
Would you like to explain it? It's okay. I've given you plenty to think about. It's because the soldier has a different sort of pressure in the room, yes? If he jokes, if he's serious, then you give a discount so that you don't get in trouble. And then additionally, you have to weigh up if you don't give him the discount and then he gets angry, then that could be an immediate threat. But then there is the more delayed threat of if you do give a discount and he tells all the other soldiers, then inevitably you will be run dry. And then you will have no money to feed your family, etc., etc. There's this sort of stress that makes it not quite a joke, yes?
Right.
Yes, and the second soldier, very apologetic, comes into the room and has actually noticed that the craftsman's child is there as well. Keeps making apologetic faces, keeps correcting all of the things that the first soldier is messing up. You know, when inevitably the wares are given, the second soldier makes good on all the things that the first soldier did wrong. Both leave. And so my question to you, Luca, in this scenario, who is the kind soldier? You don't have to answer right now at Willow stands. In fact, I think that's something more to ruminate on. You can ask Varys, you can ask N, or you can just consult yourself. But I think the answer to that question might pose a first step in a meaningful direction for our crew. And Willow tips their head and smiles at you.
They're lost.
Who is the kind soldier?
That's a question to leave you with. Willow doesn't necessarily need an answer now, but if you have one, go ahead. They look like they're going to walk over to basically go to sleep. Or go downstairs to the workshop.
No, there's nothing in his or my head.
Cool.
And with that, I think
Oh, great.
today's session.